that lead to the Ram temple, and all of them were, I believe, were supposed to be completely sanitized ahead of the Prime Minister's arrival. So how close are people being allowed to come today, and how many people do you see around you?
There are very few people who are being allowed, and all of these people who are allowed are probably artists who already have a permission, to actually come and perform over here. There are various stages that have been set up over here for their performance. So that's where they're going to be in a bit from now. But yes, the security is very, very tight, and the access is minimum, and only those people who have a valid
Namaste, Jai Hind, ladies and gentlemen. It is a historic moment. It is a historic moment for all of Bharat, for all of the world, because the Pran Pratishtha of Ram Lalla at Ram Lalla Virajman is going to take place in a short while from now. Prime Minister Narendra Modi is going to unfold the eyes of Ram Lalla, the deity who's Virajman there. He will open his eyes, he will apply kajal under the eyes and then show him the mirror. That will be the ritual towards which will signal perhaps the commencement because of the Pran Pratishtha also, because for the last 4 days there has been a huge amount of rituals, yagna and chanting of mantras by the 121 acharyas who are presiding over this. These acharyas who are the Dravid of Varanasi, Dravid of Varanasi and the Dikshit of Kashi. These are the people who have come to try and help Prime Minister Narendra Modi as the Yajman and actually officiate and conduct the Pran Pratishtha of Ram Lalla. In presence will also be the RSS Chief Mohan Bhagwat, Governor Anandiben Patel and Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath, who seems to be letting out a flood of emotions on social media, on Twitter, with his posts over the last hour and a half. From his Dada Guru Digvijay Nath to his Guru Avaidyanath, it's been the Nath Sampradaya struggle for the rightful place of Ram Lalla here in Ayodhya, where many believe he is his Ram Janmabhoomi, but Yogi Adityanath said this is his Prakatya Bhumi. This is the place where Ram appeared. That's the belief. That's the beauty of those who are Ram Bhakts, those who believe in Ram, those who believe in Ram Rajya, and those who believe in the Maryada Purushottam, the ideals that he set for society to live on, the struggles, the pains that he endured for himself, just so that the kingdom, the Rashtra, would thrive, would have a certain equanimity in all conditions. That was the beauty of Ram, and that's what's going to be celebrated. Governance for all and appeasement of none. That was perhaps his philosophy, that the rule of law applied to all, and the Raja above all had to follow the rules. And that's the ideals that many would like to imbibe in their life, and perhaps that's why the value systems that he set up that make him immortal even so many thousands of years after he came to life here or came to live here on earth. But this is what's happened. An interesting aspect at this point, ladies and gentlemen, would like to tell you that the original idol of Ram Lalla Virajman was shifted from a Tat into That, that is a grand permanent residence, last evening in the presence of Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath. And that's why it was a very, very emotional moment for him too, because the jibes had been forever. What is going to happen to the original Ram Lalla? Where is he going to be Virajman? Are you going to continue to keep him in a tent or a Tat or a temporary roof or a temporary shelter? Finally, he's moved into that final shelter. He perhaps, we are given to understand, will be the Achara Vigraha or the Utsav Vigraha, will have the same divinity. He is the original Ram Lalla Virajman, and perhaps he would be the one that would be shown around the city. And the current Pran Pratishtha that's happening of the 5-year-old Ram Lalla, that's a beautiful deity and a beautiful Vigraha that was being sculpted by Arun Yogiraj. That will become the Achara Vigraha, or the one that will remain in its place and will not be moving around. Now, there are various ritis, there are various agamas which you talk about. The Vaishnava Sampradaya has more than 108 agamas. There are learned people in our midst who will tell us more about that. But first, let's go across and get you the buzz across the streets of Ayodhya. I'm coming to you from Ram Ki Paidi, and where we talk about Ram, they say that there will always be his Bhakt Hanuman and his lineage, Hanuman's lineage, and we are surrounded by monkeys at this point, I should tell you that. And they are just sitting there patiently listening, have a sip of water at the Saryu and then making their way. We keep the camera still. Let's go across to our reporters who are there at Rampath. Thousands have thronged this place, not just the VVIP 8,000 invitees, but also people from all across the country and the world are here. They just want to be in Ayodhya on this historic moment. Siddhant Mishra is with us, joining us from Rampath. From Lata Chowk is Aman Sharma. And Payal Mehta is also joining us from Rampath. Let's go straight across to Siddhant. Siddhant, whereabouts are you? Have the guests already started arriving? How are they being taken in?
Well, that's right, Anand. Right now I'm at Ram Janmabhoomi. I am near Ram Janmabhoomi, and in fact, behind me is Ram Janmabhoomi, where I could see the dignitaries, VIPs have started arriving, Anand. In fact, I just saw Anupam Kher getting inside the premises of Ram Janmabhoomi. So there is a cart arrangement that has been made by the trust. So you have to get down at the main entry from your car, and then you have to get onto the cart to reach the venue where the sitting arrangement has been made. So sitting arrangement has been made inside the temple. Also, Anand, we are getting to know that a lot of B-town celebrities are taking the private flight from Mumbai, and that flight will land in Ayodhya in some time from now. All of them are coming to Ayodhya, and as they are the special invitees. Now, this is how the Ram Janmabhoomi is looking like this morning. This is Rampath, and this is outside the Ram Janmabhoomi, the main gate. In fact, cops are pushing us and in fact asking us to stand beyond Hanuman Gadi, but we are still here, and we can show it to our viewers that how VIPs and dignitaries are getting inside, taking the special card. The announcement is being made by police officers. They are asking us to go beyond Hanuman Gadi. But we can give sense to our viewers what is happening here on ground. The celebrities, dignitaries, politicians, media personalities all have started arriving, and in fact we have been told that the arrival of the special invitees will close by around 10 a.m. 9:30 to 10 would be the last entry of the special invitee, because post that Prime Minister Modi is going to arrive, and as per the protocol everyone needs to be inside the temple premises ahead of the Prime Minister's arrival. So this is a window which has been given to these invitees.
You're right, Siddhant. You're right, Siddhant, and just alerting all our 8,000 special invitees who are all present here that if you're watching CNN News 18 or the News 18 broadcast, you have to get up and about, and you have to get to your spots by 10 a.m. 10:25 a.m. is when the Prime Minister lands, and the moment he lands, the protocol sets in. Before that, all invitees will have to get in. They will not be allowed thereafter. Security arrangements are very, very tight, and ladies and gentlemen, I must tell you, it's biting cold. That's why I've got gloves on one hand so that I can hold the mic steady, because my hands are already numb. On the other hand, where I'm getting updates on my phone, the update is that we should have Sudarshan Patnaik ji live joining us. He's made a beautiful sand sculpture. We'll go to him in just a bit. But first, quickly going across to Aman Sharma to take us through the protocols. We should also have Siddharth S. Kumarji, astrologer, and Rangarajan Narasimhan joining us from our studio. But first, let's go across to Aman Sharma. Aman, a quick update on what we can expect through the day. What's the schedule like? You are at Veena Chowk. That's been a hub of activity all through the night. Despite this biting cold, there's a beautiful Veena there dedicated to the Swar Kokila Lata Mangeshkar. But tell us, what should we expect through the day?
Yeah, Anand, we were at Lata Chowk, but as Siddhant was saying, the police is pushing us away from all these iconic sites. So we have come now to the media center, where the telecast will be live for, and there are almost over 2,000 journalists from India and abroad present here. A huge congregation of journalists. You're right, the Prime Minister is arriving around 10:25 a.m. in Ayodhya. By around 11, he'll be in the Ram Janmabhoomi premises. Between 11 and 12, Anand, the Prime Minister, is expected to take a round of the entire Ram Janmabhoomi premises, meet the Shramjeevis, the labourers and the workers who have worked tirelessly on building the Ram temple. From 12:05, he enters the Garbh Griha, where along with the priests from Varanasi, the Prime Minister will be overseeing and conducting the Pran Pratishtha ceremony of the Ram Lalla. The patti over the eyes of Ram Lalla will be removed. The PM will be using a sone ka tar to put kajal in the eyes of Ram Lalla and showing him the darpan, which is the Pran Pratishtha ceremony. After that, the Prime Minister will be addressing the entire audience, and that is going to be a very, very highly televised address, Anand, because people from India and across the world are keen to listen to what the Prime Minister has to say on this momentous occasion. Mr. Mohan Bhagwat and the Chief Minister of UP, Mr. Yogi Adityanath, will also be addressing the crowd. We are expecting a push varsha from helicopters all over the Ram Temple premises at this moment. After that, the Prime Minister is going to Kuber Tila, Anand. Kuber Tila, as we all know, is the abode of Lord Shiva, and the mythology, the belief has been that Lord Shiva has always remained close to Lord Ram's Janmbhoomi, and that is why Lord Shiva's Shivling and the temple on Kuber Tila has also been refurbished. तो सिर्फ राम भगवान को ही छत नहीं मिली है, भगवान भोलेनाथ को भी छत मिली है राम जन्मभूमि में. PM will be going there, making prayers there, and after that around 3:30 the PM is expected to leave, Anand. Around 5-hour long visit by the PM, and I think many people are looking forward to what he actually says on the occasion, on the entire struggle of this 500 years for the Ram Janmabhoomi and the coming up of the temple. I think a momentous day, Anand, for both the Prime Minister and the UP Chief Minister.
Absolutely. Aman, Siddhant, phenomenal job done. We'll try and go across to Payal Mehta also in just a bit. There are a lot of eager people. There are huge number of media setups all around me, ladies and gentlemen. So, and chants of Jai Shri Ram all around, that's happening. The mood is, the fervor is such. Let's go across to Sudarshan Patnaik ji, Padma Shri awardee and sand sculptor par excellence. He can just weave magic. I have seen his work from up close and it's just magic. And Yogi Adityanath ji has taken a selfie there. His dedication, Sudarshan Patnaik ji's ode to Ram Lalla, the beautiful Ram temple, and after that also that lovely face of Ram ji that you have made. Sudarshan Patnaik ji, namaste. Such a phenomenal moment, and what a sculpture that you have built. Amazing.
जय श्री राम. आज हमारा देश के लिए, हर कोई भगवान राम की भक्त के लिए एक बहुत ऐतिहासिक दिन है, ब्लेसिंगफुल दिन है. हमें ये ब्लेसिंग्स मिला कि भगवान राम जी का जो पवित्र स्थान पे सैंड स्कल्पचर क्रिएट करने के लिए, और हम लोगों ने वहां पर गए और भगवान खुद बने, उनको कोई नहीं बनाया है. मैं पहले ये बोलना चाहूँगा, पहले आज एन आर्टिस्ट के माध्यम से जो स्कल्पचर्स वहाँ पर बनी हुई है, वहाँ सब लोग जाके देखेंगे. बट उससे ये है कि ऑनरेबल प्राइम मिनिस्टर नरेंद्र मोदी जी जो आह्वान दिए थे कि आज देश भर में हर किसी के घर में दीप जला के स्वागत करने के लिए, भगवान को नमन करने के लिए, प्रे करने के लिए, मैं वहाँ पर स्कल्पचर के पास, भगवान राम जी के पास ऑनरेबल प्राइम मिनिस्टर नरेंद्र मोदी जी का भी स्कल्पचर्स बनाया और वो प्रे कर रहे हैं इस पवित्र दिन के लिए, जो सबको अपील किए थे. क्योंकि इस दिन के लिए मैं जब 2018 में गया था, वहाँ पर देखा था, अभी अयोध्या बहुत परिवर्तन हुआ है और एंटायर अयोध्या जो भगवान का स्थान, जैसे पवित्र स्थान होता है, जैसे पूरी जगन्नाथ धाम जहाँ पे मैं हूँ, जहाँ से मैं हूँ, और जैसे उसी पवित्र धाम का एटमॉस्फेयर लगा और बहुत मन में ये भावना आया कि जिस दिन के लिए हम सब लोग अपेक्षा कर रहे थे, वो दिन आज आया है.
सुदर्शन पटनायक जी, सुदर्शन जी, मैं अगर आपसे कहूं कि जिस भाव से आपने जय श्री राम कहा, तो वो बड़ा ही आत्मीय था. तो मैं आपसे ये जानना चाहता हूं कि राम आपके लिए कौन है और राम से हम सब क्या सीख सकते हैं एज भारतीय.
भगवान राम हमारा हिंदू धर्म और हमारा प्राण प्रतिष्ठा है. उन्हीं के बिना जैसे कोई पत्ता भी नहीं हिलता है. उनसे बहुत कुछ, उनका जो आध्यात्मिक भावना था, जो भावना से आज सारा विश्व में सिर्फ हिंदू धर्म के नहीं, अलग अलग धर्म के भी लोग भगवान राम जी को और उनकी जो जीवन था उसी को लेकर सब लोग कितने सारे देश से भक्ति भावना से रहे हैं। हम जिस पुरी जगन्नाथ धाम में रहते हैं, जगन्नाथ जी का एक अवतार है, उससे पहले भगवान राम जी का अवतार था। तो वहां पर भी जैसे हम लोग पहले उठते हैं, जय श्री राम बोलते हैं, जय जगन्नाथ बोलते हैं, इस तरीके से भगवान राम, भगवान जगन्नाथ, ये सब हमारा धर्म का और हमारा आध्यात्मिकता का भावना है। और उन्हीं को हम लोग, जैसे हमने बताया कि जो स्कल्पचर्स हमने बनाया था वो खुद भगवान ही, आज नहीं, मैंने बहुत बार भगवान राम जी का स्कल्पचर्स बनाया है और वो खुद अपने आप बनते हैं। इसलिए जो स्कल्पटर, जो रियल स्कल्पचर बनाए हैं, आप देखिए वो कैसे भगवान विश्वकर्मा की तरह वो बन गए और किस तरीके से युवराज जी ने वो स्कल्पचर्स बनाए हैं। वो फेस में क्या है, कोई देखेंगे उनका हृदय जो है वो समर्पण हो जाएगा। मैं उनको भी अभिनंदन देना चाहूंगा और उनको, उनके साथ उनके ब्लेसिंग्स, भगवान राम खुद आके उनके ऊपर बैठ गए विश्वकर्मा होके और वो बना दिए। इस जो 500 साल का अपेक्षा था, वहां पर भगवान खुद विराज गए।
आपने जब रामलला की मूर्ति देखी, उसकी इमेजेस आपने भी देखे होंगे, तो आपको कैसा लगा? आपको लगता है कि वही उसी तरह से राम होंगे?
वो इमेजेस देखने के बाद यही मुझे लगा कि हम लोग खुद तो नहीं देखे हैं विश्वकर्मा जी को, और भगवान राम खुद ही योगीराज जी को उनके अंदर समा गए और वो खुद बनाते चले। क्योंकि वो फेस में, आप देखिए जो मूर्ति है, जो भगवान जी का जो मुंह फेस है, उसमें क्या आध्यात्मिकता है, कोई देखेंगे तो उनका हृदय वहीं पर समर्पण हो जाएगा। तो इसी से मैं वो स्कल्पचर देखने के बाद, मैं तो बहुत सारे स्कल्पचर्स पहले से क्रिएट किया था, बट ये जो योगीराज जी ने जो स्कल्पचर्स, रियल स्कल्पचर पूजा के लिए बनाए हैं, वो स्कल्पचर वो नहीं बनाए हैं, उनके अंदर खुद भगवान राम जी समर्पण हो गए और वो बनाते चले। तो इसीलिए वो एक शताब्दी का, इस शताब्दी का सबसे बड़ा ये है, आध्यात्मिकता है। और बहुत सारे कलाकार हमारे पहले से इस युग में बहुत कुछ क्रिएट किए हैं, बट जो भगवान राम लाला जी का स्कल्पचर बना है, वो इस सेंचुरी का, इस शताब्दी का सबसे बड़ा ब्यूटीफुल स्कल्पचर है और आध्यात्मिकता स्कल्पचर है।
जी, सुदर्शन पटनायक जी, आपका भाव मुझे बहुत बहुत प्रिय लगा, क्योंकि जो आप कह रहे हैं बहुत दिल से कह रहे हैं, एंड आई रियली अप्रिशिएट यू बीइंग सो अपफ्रंट अबाउट इट। आई थिंक आज का दिन ही कुछ ऐसा है जो फॉर यू टू से कि आज आपने एक अलग वाइब्रेंसी आपको लग रही है कि, और मुझे ये भी लगा कि जब महंत, अब आदित्यनाथ जी खुद महंत हैं और वो अगर एक सेल्फी ले रहे हैं आपके स्कल्पचर के साथ, दैट मीन्स उसमें से एक स्पेशल वाइब्रेंसी जिसकी बात आप कर रहे थे, शायद उनको भी महसूस हुई। आपको अच्छा लगा कि ही इज ऑल्सो अप्रिशिएटेड योर स्कल्पचर एंड ही इज ट्राई टू टेक अ सेल्फी विद इट।
एक्चुअली हम लोग ने जब स्कल्पचर करने के लिए वहां पर गए, हमने ये सोचा कि 500 साल के बाद भगवान राम जी की मंदिर बन रहा है और प्राण प्रतिष्ठा होगा, तो इसलिए हमने एक यूनिक तरीके से क्रिएट करने के लिए हुई सरयू नदी के पास, वहां पर हमने रेत के ऊपर 500 जो छोटे छोटे मिनीचर टेम्पल था, उसी को इंस्टॉल करके एक बड़ा सा टेम्पल सा हम लोगों ने क्रिएट किया, मंदिर क्रिएट किया, जो कल वर्ल्ड रिकॉर्ड्स करके डिक्लेयर भी हुआ है, वर्ल्ड रिकॉर्ड्स ऑफ की तरफ से। और जहां ये स्कल्पचर बना था, खुद योगी आदित्यनाथ जी जो हर दिन वहां पर जाके मायना लेते थे, जो उनका कंटिन्यूसली वो फेट देते थे, और उन्हीं ने खुद जाके वहां पर भगवान राम जी का स्कल्पचर देख के वहां पर सेल्फी लिए और अभिनंदन जनाए कि ये स्कल्पचर्स के लिए, ये तो एक आर्टिस्ट के लिए बहुत बड़ा ब्लेसिंग है कि उनकी महानता की वो खुद जाके वहां भगवान जी को देखे जो रेत में बने थे, क्योंकि आपको पता होगा भगवान राम जी ने भी, जो हम समझते हैं कि बालू जो रेत कला करते हैं, शिवलिंग बना के पहले ही पूजा किए थे, वही रेत का शुरुआत है। तो खुद भगवान के पास आदित्यनाथ जी, ऑनरेबल सीएम, वहां जाके फोटोग्राफ्स लिए और अभिनंदन किए। वो आज एन आर्टिस्ट के लिए बहुत बड़ा ब्लेसिंग है हम लोग के लिए।
जी बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद सुदर्शन पटनायक जी आपके समय के लिए एंड फॉर द वर्क दैट यू हैव डन। आप ऐसे ही लोगों को मोटिवेट करते रहिए। हर हिस्टोरिक, भारत के हर हिस्टोरिक पल पर आप कुछ ना कुछ स्पेशल करते हैं। आपने सैंड स्कल्पचर को नहीं, उन ऐतिहासिक पलों को भी आपने एक तरीके से यू हैव आल्सो बीन एबल टू कैप्चर इट फॉर ऑल ऑफ अस। तो थैंक यू सो मच, थैंक यू सो मच। मैं आशा करता हूं कि आप जल्द रामलला के दर्शन करें और उसके बाद आपके अंदर जो भाव आता है उसका भी एक स्कल्पचर बना है। आई एम लुकिंग फॉरवर्ड टू दैट टू। आर यू लुकिंग फॉरवर्ड टू दैट? आपको लगता है कि ऐसा कुछ होगा? मेरा अंतिम प्रश्न आपसे।
जरूर जरूर वही भगवान के आशीर्वाद से हम जरूर दर्शन करेंगे। और दर्शन के बाद हमने ये सोच के रखा है, जब उत्सव आएगा और भगवान राम जी की जन्म तिथि पे हम बड़ा सा स्कल्पचर उसी टाइप का पूरी बीच में क्रिएट करेंगे। और हमने तो वही भगवान को छोड़ा है कि भगवान का ब्लेसिंग्स रहेगा तो जरूर हम एक बहुत बड़ा स्कल्पचर, क्योंकि मैं इतनी बार वो स्कल्पचर्स को देख रहा हूँ जब से उस भगवान का फोटोग्राफ्स आया है। मैं वही टाइम पे हूँ कि बहुत बड़ा स्कल्पचर हम लोग भी कोशिश करें कि भगवान का इस पवित्र तिथि जब आएगा राम जन्म के समय, उस समय हम लोग बनाएंगे।
बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद सुदर्शन पटनायक जी, हमसे बात करने के लिए बहुत आभार। आप ऐसे ही काम करते रहें और अच्छे अच्छे शिष्यों को ट्रेन करते रहें who can take your work forward. That's what I can pray for today from Shri Ayodhya Dham, where you have made such a beautiful sculpture for Prabhu Shri Ram. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Sudarshan Patnaik ji. Quickly before we go across to Pawan Kumar, thank you sir. Thank you so much. Quickly before we go to Pawan Kumar ji and Rangarajan Narasimhan, we also have Payal Mehta speaking with Murari Bapu. Let's go across to that.
जी जी, तो मुझे बहुत आनंद है और ये जिस तरह ये आयोजन हुआ है उसकी मैं प्रसन्नता व्यक्त करता हूँ।
होने वाली है यहाँ पे
24 फरवरी से।
आज क्या कहना चाहेंगे राम भक्तों को?
मैं कहना क्या, सब देखते हैं, सुन रहे हैं, सब साक्षी बन रहे हैं उसके।
आपने कभी हम लोगों की तरह कभी सोचा था कि जीवन काल में इस तरह का दिन देखने मिलेगा?
नहीं, मुझे यकीन था कि होगा, सूर्योदय होगा। सूर्यवंश को तो कुछ राहु ने ग्रस लिया था, मुक्त हो गए।
कैसा मन में भाव है, क्योंकि प्रभु श्री राम को वो महल मिल रहा है।
इनका पूरा नाम क्या है?
Of course, Murari Bapu has been here, since yesterday, Anand. In fact, he has been somebody who's also been championing this cause of Prabhu Ram and spreading the message across as well. In fact, towards the end of January and to the beginning of February, he'll have another set of Ram Kathas which will happen here. And he said that he's of the belief that yes, the Ram Mandir will become a reality. He's one of these invitees who's been invited here today to speak. In fact, through his association, they were able to raise donations for the Ram temple to the tune of 19 to 20 crores in no time, and that's something Murari Bapu has been also been speaking about. While he said the most important thing he said when I asked him is that do you believe that this day would come? He said I always had the belief that this day would come, and that's actually the spirit that a lot of people, in fact, who have been invited today, especially the seers, the saints who've been invited today, they've been living with this belief for last many years, many decades. It's a wait of 500 years that people have really waited for to see this day really happen. Anand, back to you. Right, so we are currently at Rampath right now. In fact, we can see that this is a festival kind of an atmosphere over here. Even though the security is continuing to block everybody right here, given the fact that It's just about a couple of hours to go before Prime Minister Narendra Modi will be arriving in Ayodhya. But you can see that there's a festival sort of an atmosphere. There are people who are singing traditional songs. There are people who are dancing around as well. There are a lot of people who are still trying to find events, probably trying to see a last minute attempt if they can actually find a way to go towards the temple. That is the way to go towards Lata Chowk, and from there on you can turn on and go to Hanuman Gadi and to the Ram Mandir, where of course a big function takes place today. A lot of VIPs are coming for this. A lot of VIPs were invited. Remember, more than 8,000 people were invited by the VHP to come for this. So we've seen visuals from Mumbai where Amitabh Bachchan, Katrina Kaif, Ranveer Kapoor, Madhuri Dixit, all of these people were seen that they were leaving in the morning, for private, through their private airport at Mumbai to come towards Ayodhya. We've also seen Pawan Kalyan, politician, and of course the Janasena chief also has tweeted that he is on his way to Ayodhya. And of course, Chandrababu Naidu, former Andhra Pradesh Chief Minister, is already here. Superstar Rajnikant is already here. So these are the leaders who have been invited. And amongst the politicians that we have been invited is former Union Minister Mukhtar Abbas Naqvi. Remember, he's also one of the Karsevaks. He also has finds an invitation. All right. So that's the scenes here in Ayodhya. Back to you.
Thank you, Payal. You're right, always in the thick of things. Our reporters getting you the most comprehensive coverage. And I must say, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you've downloaded the News 18 anthem, Pranam Siya Ram. Please do that. That's our dedication. We'd like you to make it part of your devotional playlist and celebrate. Every time we are celebrating our festivals, we're celebrating our deities, our culture, our traditions. Please do that and also stick with us right through here on the News 18 network. The might of the biggest news network across the country is bringing you perhaps the most comprehensive coverage of the Pran Pratishtha here on the 22nd of January. Going across to Siddharth Kumarji. Siddharthji, namaste. My apologies if I took your name wrong earlier. There's just too much happening all around me. But Siddharthji, let me ask you this. This Mahurat, many have said that the Mahurat when the Pran Pratishtha is taking place, this is perhaps the best astrologically in the next 3 years. Is that true?
Certainly, yes. This is one of the finest Muhurat that we could have imagined of in the last instant when I was live with CNN network itself. I mentioned that this is one of the finest which has taken care of it. Why this is finest? There are three things. First thing is Panchang, that we are obviously discussing it about. Today we have Dwadasi Tithi, then Mriksira Nakshatra. We have couple of say Amrit Siddhi Yog, Sarva Siddhi Yog, which is making this auspicious Muhurravi Yoga. So from Panchang perspective, this is one of the finest that we are witnessing. In addition to this Panchang, we are also witnessing a significant amount of chart, astrological planet position at the moment of Pran Pratishtha. At the moment of Pran Pratishtha, Aries ascendant ruled by Mars will be rising, and the ascendant lord itself, Mars, will be in 9th house in the sign of Jupiter. Jupiter in the Aries with Uranus. This is an excellent combination to have. So definitely from Panchang, from astrological. And list not, if we take this Gregorian calendar of 22nd January and see from the perspective of numerology, this 22nd in itself is a master angel number, bringing a master of creation, a path of revolution and unforeseen changes in thought pattern. And this is what we are witnessing, because what we are witnessing right now in every hertz of India is something which is unparalleled after many decades, and this is something which is revolutionizing the complete thing. So this Muhurat has itself played its role and have turned the emotions and the spirituality or a self-realization and awakening in each one of us, and the Muhurat is perfectly fine. This is one of the fantastic we could have ever imagined of.
Rangarajan Narasimhan also with us. Now one more temple has been restored. You've been somebody who's been fighting for the cause of temples. How special is this moment? And can you also take us through the Anushthan that the Prime Minister has followed? More importantly, the 121 Acharyas, the Dikshitars of Kashi and the Dravids of Varanasi is what they say. Who are they and what kind of a sampradaya is this?
Jai Shri Ram. Is it for me? Jai Shri Ram. Jai Shri Ram. Hello Anand, how are you? It's very pleasing to see the happenings that is there right now going on in Ayodhya. Very thrilled, very elated to see Ram Mandir coming up again after several hundred years. It gives me immense pleasure as a devotee, as a Rama Bhakta, to witness this in my lifetime. And this is true for every Hindu. Every Sanatana Dharmi is going to be proud of this moment. The current Pratishtha that is going on right now, Prana Pratishtha that is going on right now at Ayodhya, is happening as per the Ramanandi Sampradaya, if I am right, if what I understood is right. This is little bit different from what is happening in South India. South India, almost all the temples are based on Agama Shastras. Here they are basing it on a particular scripture which they are following, which is a combination of many sampradayas, many scriptures. This is what I understand.
Why is this special for us? And the Prime Minister going to all the important places, religious places in his 11-day Anushtana, how significant is that?
Sorry, I cannot hear you.
Hello? Okay, we'll try and connect with Rangarajan Narasimhan in just a bit. But Siddharthi, I also wanted to understand, does this also augur a turn in Bharat's fortunes? How are the stars aligned for us as a nation? Because as per astrology, my limited understanding that even a nation has its bhagya.
Very true, very well said. So this is something which is referred as a mundane astrology, where not only say a nation but also a city, it has a chart. And again, a couple of things should be repetition, which I said on the last when I was with CNN. Ki this Ram Mandir Pran Pratishtha is a new chapter for the Bharat, and if I call it to be a rebirth of Bharat, it won't be something which is unparalleled. So this is something which is not going to boost the economic status, but this is something which is also going to bring in new researches and new credibility, especially in the field of space, medicine, and the defense. These three are the sectors which are going to witness a significant boost and the boom from this Ram Mandir Pran Pratishtha Muhurat, as well as we are also going to witness a strong economic growth in the India. So this virtually we are going to beat every estimates economically, and we are going to achieve a significant number of our economic growth over next couple of years. Last but not least, if I look at the chart of this Pran Pratishtha Muhurat, so the things related to spirituality, whether it's a spiritual tourism or whether it's there are many players in the company in the spirituality space, and it would not be a bad idea that we witness a unicorn from this spirituality space very soon to clubbing to our startup unicorn clubs. So overall, the chart for India and this Pran Pratishtha Muhurat is going to be something which will protect India from many adversity which the world might face in coming years. So this is definitely a step in the right direction at a right point of time and with the right spirit. And why I am saying the right spirit is that if you look at the India right now, any part of India you visit, the people are celebrating, the people are devoting in their own manner. Every temple, every places are celebrating. Most importantly, all the Yajmans, including the Prime Minister Modi, has taken that 11-day Anushthan or the rituals to their utmost core and have imbibed them significantly at their mind, body and soul level, so that they are ready, prepared to be the Yajman of this historic moment. So we are fortunate to witness this moment through our naked eyes, whether we are watching on the TVs or watching in Ayodhya. This is something which is unparalleled, and this is something we are going to tell in our stories 4 or 5 decades after. This is something we witnessed through our eyes. So this is a magical moment, and the magical journey of India has started from here on.
No, you're right, and I think a lot of people are feeling a lot of emotions, a lot of pent-up emotions. Anupam Kher has just posted a picture with Talaivar or Rajinikanth. but I was able to speak with him soon after he just arrived in Ayodhya last evening. And it took me by surprise, ladies and gentlemen. I must share with you when Anupam sir actually suddenly broke down. He got emotional when I just asked him, what did you feel? What was the sense that you got when you saw the Murti of Ram Lalla? And he is going to dress up. He told us here at CNN News 18 that he's going to dress up like his grandfather, Amarnath ji, because it was his dream to see Ram Lalla Virajman. He says, I'm going to go dressed like my grandfather used to, because that is how I would like him to be remembered, or I would feel that he's also part of me as we attend the Pran Pratishtha. Listen into this conversation. Well, he's been making the rounds of all the Bajrangbali temples, perhaps in the build-up to the Pran Pratishtha. So let's ask him. He's an actor par excellence, needs no introduction. He's an author, and he's somebody who can tell you that whatever or anything in this life is possible. But Anupam Kherji, as I say, namaste to you.
Jai Shri Ram.
In your lifetime, did you ever think that you will see the Pran Pratishtha of Ram Lalla?
I'm an optimistic person. First of all, Jai Shri Ram to your viewers also. I believe that things do happen. My grandfather, Pandit Amarnath ji, it was his wish that Ram temple bane to he will be able to do, but he couldn't. So when this whole thing started and the Supreme Court gave its verdict, I was very happy. But a part of me was saying that I hope it happens in my lifetime. And it's happening. And it's happening in your lifetime and our friend behind the camera, his lifetime. And people who will be there all over the world tomorrow, whether on television sets, on any other platform, it's a big thing, and it's also sinking in now. You know, from celebration of Supreme Court verdict to the building up of the Ram temple, to me coming here 3 months back to Hanuman Gadi to launch my Hanuman Mandir program, to seeing the temple at that time and now to participating in it is euphoric, sentimental, emotional, and very quietening. There is an inner peace. And the fact that everybody was told, at least when I was a child, that truth wins, that reaffirmation is a very, very satisfying feeling. That dharm ki jeet hoti hai, satya ki jeet hoti hai, that कर्म किए जा फल की इच्छा मत कर. ये जितना भी हमारे पुराणों में लिखा है, कितना सच लिखा है, कितना सच लिखा है कि 500 साल बाद और 90 साल की न्यायिक शैली के बाद ये सब हुआ है. बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है.
आपने तो देश भर में हनुमान मंदिरों के दर्शन किए हैं, एंड यू डन अ सीरीज ऑन इट ऑल्सो. व्हाट इज यूनिक? व्हाई इज दिस हनुमान राम कनेक्शन? वेयर डज इट हैपन? थोड़ा तो आपने भी इसके ऊपर रिसर्च किया होगा, कुछ एक कनेक्शन.
आई थिंक डिवोशन के इससे बड़ा एग्जाम्पल कोई नहीं हो सकता है. डिवोशन का जो हमारा रिश्ता भगवान के साथ है, जिस भी भगवान को हम मानते हैं, वो एक डिवोशन का होता है. पर हम क्या करते हैं, हम भगवान से कुछ मांगते हैं, कुछ अपने मतलब के लिए भी. हनुमान जी जैसा भक्त बहुत मुश्किल से मिलता है, मतलब है ही नहीं, संसार में ही नहीं, ना कभी हुआ है और ना कभी होगा. वो सीखने को मिलती है. दोस्ती भी, इट्स ए ग्रेट फ्रेंडशिप. मतलब जब प्रभु राम चले गए तो हनुमान जी ने कहा नहीं, मैं यहीं पर रहूँगा, मुझे यहीं रहना है. जब हनुमान जी का टेम्पल और साथ में राम जी का टेम्पल ना हो, या राम जी का टेम्पल और साथ में हनुमान ना हो, ऐसा हो ही नहीं सकता है. 3 फैमिली मेम्बर्स हैं, राम जी, सीता जी, लक्ष्मण जी, हनुमान जी साथ में होते हैं. और वो जो पूरी बात है कि मैं अपना सीना फाड़ के दिखा सकता हूँ कि राम और सीता उसमें बसे हुए हैं, ये कहाँ मिलता है देखने को. जो कहानियाँ हमारे पूर्वजों ने, मेरे दादाजी ने, आपके दादाजी ने हमें सुनाई थी, जो हम सुनते थे एज ए फैंटेसी, उसकी रियलिटी आज समझ में आ रही है.
We've just got news coming through, and details of what is going to happen inside as the Pran Pratishtha ceremony happens. We're given to understand that at the time of Aarti, all the guests will have bells in their hands, and there is going to be a special Pushpa Varsha which will happen. It will happen from the air. And ladies and gentlemen, there are going to be more than 30 instruments Yatendra Mishra ji, we are given to understand, has been coordinating this. But more details with Payal Mehta, who's getting us all the dope. So yes, Payal, take us through what all is going to happen. Why the bells in the hands of all the guests? 8,000 bells. Payal, can you hear me? Payal, take us through the information, please. Aarti, and you got all the guests are going to be given bells. What's going to be special? Some flowers from the sky we are given to understand.
Anand, we have been able to get these details from our sources in the RSS and the VHP, essentially saying that during the Aarti, since during the Aarti you always ring the bell, all the guests who are coming there will be given a bell, and they'll all be ringing the bell when the Aarti is happening. So, and apart from that, also there is going to be a dhwani which will be there for instruments which have been sourced from all over the country, and 30 odd artists will be performing the dhwani to create probably a magical scenario over there, a very, very sacred scenario over there as well. And we do understand that the IF helicopters have been deployed to shower flower petals as the ceremony gets underway during the Aarti as well. So these are the arrangements that we are coming to know from our sources within the VHP and the RSS in terms of what the preparations are and what the Atithis or the special invitees are likely to witness.
Right. So 30 Indian artists who will be playing, 30 artists who will be playing different Indian instruments, different places, but they're all going to play in sync just around the time of Aarti. It's going to be a spectacle like never before. Witness. Payal, thank you very much for that information. I'm just going to go back to Siddharth and Rangarajan Narsimhan. If Rangarajan, if you can hear me, I just want to ask you, sir, how would you describe the 11-day Anushthan, and more importantly, how Prime Minister has made it an entirely spiritual journey for him to visit all the temples of prominence which have relevance, relation, connection to Ram?
It is very important that every Hindu, every Sanatana Dharmi practices this Anushthan every single day. Prime Minister Modi ji has set a standard right now for all of us to follow. All the Shastras do tell that everybody should wake up early in the morning, should do prayers to do puja to their Bhagwan, should be doing japa and should be meditating, should be doing exercises, should eat sattvic food, etc., etc. And exactly this is what Narendra Modi ji has been advised by the Pandits to continue to do the Anushthan for the 11 days prior to the Pran Pratishtha that is happening today. Like I said, we do all Sanatana Dharmis, all Vaidikas do this every single day, 365 days in a year for that matter. And this Anushthan of Prime Minister Modi has made it popular, and it will give a chance for every one of us to every citizen of this country to understand what he has done and then follow suit, and that is a very good thing for us. Secondly, your question on the Teerth Yatra of Narendra Modi ji it's very, very important. Teerth Yatra is something that needs to be done by everybody. Yatra is everybody does the yatra. When you say yatra, it means to visit places and to have holy dip in the rivers where these holy places are. The places become holy. The Puranas and Itihasa says that these important places, the holy places, the Teerth places, have become pure, punida, because of the presence of because of the reason why the rishis and munis who has done tapas for several years have visited these places, and since they keep God in their heart, in their hridaya, these places become pure. And it is important that when somebody visits places just like Narendra Modi ji did, they visit the place, take bath in the holy rivers, holy waters, and then meet the rishis and munis who are there in the place and then get their blessings. And that's exactly what Narendra Modi ji has done.
Indeed. Rangarajan ji, I'm going to take this next question to Siddharth ji and ask him, Does the Valmiki Ramayana talk about the time of birth of Ram? And does that not point to our understanding of astronomy and astrology? And this being an ancient science, a lot of people would call it bumkam. So I just want to understand, what do the scriptures say or dictate, and how accurate is it? Because many are also arguing about the date and how many years before. Some would say lakhs of years, some would say a few thousand years. How would you see that and interpret it?
So see, there are multiple parts to your question. The first thing is that at any point of time, there would be people who would be non-believers. So, and this is something which is a dichotomy of the world, that if we close our eyes, the sun doesn't set, the sun still remains. Similarly, Valmiki Ramayana has certainly the mention of birth time of Lord Rama, and this is why this is not a mythology, but this is history. This is something, the time our land has lived in the past, and we should respect our intellectual heritages. This is a very accepted fact and something we should really today imbibe within us. Any country do not flourish until or unless they respect their own intellectual heritages. So the intellectual heritages of Bharat is something that is going to make us that Sone ki Chidiya we used to be. So definitely there is no second point, there is no second thought attached to it, this birth time is not accurate or something. Valmiki Ramayana has a mention of it, and if you go to the original sources, it has been. And today is a day not to discuss on this, rather it's a day to accept and imbibe the greatness what our land has witnessed, and this is the time to be a gratitude. And as I always say, we are blessed and fortunate to be born on this land of Bharat, where the Lord have incarnated, whether be Ram, be it Krishna, or be it the other forms of Almighty. So we are fortunate to be born on this Bharat. Astrologically, definitely, if I go to Ramayana or other especially Valmiki Ramayana, there are mentions of nakshatras and situations which describes a different events. Even forgetting about what was the time period when they were going to schools, what was the time they were going for Gurukul, what was the time they went to Mithila to get married to Ma Sita. So everything is mentioned and correlated with the help of nakshatras and other parameters, and it is duly mentioned. There is no deliberation or there is no second thought attached to the same.
True, but there are many who have spoken about another aspect, Rangarajan Narasimhanji, and your thoughts on it. That Pran Pratishtha cannot be held in a still being constructed temple. Some of the Shankaracharyas have had some things to say, although now most of them have come around. So we'll steer clear of that. But this aspect of Pran Pratishtha, who should do it and when it should be done? Is there a hard and fast rule to it?
Yeah.
Because many would say that even Rama, when he wanted to pray to Shiva and to find a way across to Lanka, did Pran Pratishtha of Shiva, but there was no temple there then at that time.
The entire building of temples and the Pratishtha, Pran Pratishtha, the Kumbhabhishek, everything is strictly governed by the scriptures. But the scriptures differ from one place to another, from one sampradaya to another sampradaya. I understand, like I said last time, the current pratishtha is happening as per the scripture in a book called Pratishtha Mauktika. This is a book which is nearly 500 pages, and I have not gone through it entirely. But I understand that this is a combination of several sampradayas, several agamas, like Pancharatra Agama, Vaikanas Agama, etc. And various aspects of the temple construction has been conducted as per the rules laid down in this particular grantha. Typically, all these granthas will command right from the place where the temple must be built, the physical structure, how it is to be built, the kind of murti that is to be installed, and the kind of prayers that is to be offered, like the different kinds of pujas on a day, and the kind of utsavas that is to be done, and how the temple is to be maintained. So without knowing what is there in a particular sampradaya and in a particular grantha, it is not right for anybody to say whether it is right or wrong. We should give the benefit of the credit to the people who have actually doing the prana pratishtha, I mean, they are not just doing it for the sake of doing it. They have gone through these granthas, they have understood what is there in it, and they must be sincerely following it. A Sanatana Dharmi is supposed to sincerely follow the scriptures that is there in the Shastras, and I have no doubt that the Acharyavars who are doing the Prana Pratishtha is doing it as per their sampradaya, as per the scriptures that is there, which is commanding the way the whole thing has to happen. Having said that, these scriptures will decide when a Prana Pratishtha can be done and cannot be done, and like I said, since they are pandits who have gone through this, I am sure the pratishtha can be done. And even in South India, where the Agama Shastras are there, whenever there is a new temple is built, the temple need not be complete in several Agama Shastras, and it allows us to install the Moola Murti and then construct the temple as we go. For example, I am coming from Srirangam, and Srirangam is supposed to be constructed as per the Parameshwara Samhita of Sri Pancharatra Agama. This is supposed to be a Uttamottama temple, the best of the best, and it has 7 prakaras. All the 7 prakaras were never built on day 1. The Itihasa, the Ramayana says that Vibhishna got Sri Ranganatha Swami as a present during the Pattabhisheka from Sri Ram, and he had installed Sri Ranganatha Swami at Sri Rangam while he was going on the way en route to Sri Lanka. So even Vibhishna did a pratishtha, and that pratishtha very clearly says that it was not at that time 7 prakaras. This the Garbhagraha and the Pranavakara Vimana, the golden Vimana on top of it, were brought by or together brought by Vibhishna and installed in Srirangam. The legend says that this exact Vimana and the Moola Murti of Ranganatha Swami was originally with the Brahma in Satyaloka, and Ikshvaku, the first king of the Ikshvaku Parampara, had done a tapas and then prayed to Lord Brahma to give him the Moola Murti, which he got, and then Rama did puja in Ayodhya and he gave it to Vibhishna. So if you look at Srirangam itself, that temple is built over several years, one prakara after another prakara after another prakara and after another prakara, and 7 prakaras, the complete prakara which represents 7 lokas, is available in Srirangam, which is the largest temple in the world. Srirangam is the Aradhya Murti of Sri Rama, and if with this example we can very clearly say that it is possible for us to build the temple as the time goes. Even if, I mean, the Shastras even give us room to increase the structure itself. Right now the current structure is designed to have 3 floors and one prakara. It can extend up to 7 prakaras. Tomorrow it can go on and on and on and on forever, and we cannot be waiting forever for everything to complete and then finish. So Shastras do not restrict anybody.
Interestingly, correct. And like you said, but whatever is the niyama, whatever you're following, you have to follow to the full. Don't do and complete that depending upon what you're following. Interestingly, yesterday Swami Amrita Swarupananda Puri was mentioning that there is a Chenganur Devi temple in Kerala which is forever being constructed, because that's what has been ordained there, that temple will forever being constructed, but the Devi is stapit there. So these are all examples which many would say to those who are trying to be detractors or naysayers. But let's set them aside, shouldn't we? This is a historic moment. This is something for us to enjoy, to savor and to be a part of. Because tomorrow when we look back, we would realize that we have been part of history, ladies and gentlemen. It has happened in our lifetime. Many have given their lives dreaming about it, hoping for it, fighting for it, struggling for it, and many today do not even realize what is it that they are getting. That's what many here around sense, that this is history, this is special, and that's why everybody wants to be here in Sri Ayodhya Dham. We're going to take a very, very short break. The coverage continues. We'll be right back. Stay with us.
इस दिन के इंतजार में दशकों से ये आंखें तरस गई, आएगा ये तो विश्वास था, अब जो तू यहाँ लौटा है।
स्वागत गान गाए जिसके लिए मन में गंगा जिसके हाथ में है, जीते भी मरते भी काम काज करते भी, सुख में दुख में हर एक मुख में गर जाएगी नाम।
जय श्री राम।
युग में हर क्षण में राम, हर कदम में हर मन में कण कण में राम, राम सिया राम सिया राम।
Netaji are being allowed. In fact, we also had to walk about 500 meters, from the last sort of chalk, because they said that they wouldn't allow us beyond a certain point as well. So obviously security, we are taking no chances, and in a bit from now, probably in another half an hour, 45 minutes, this entire stretch where I'm standing at will be sanitized, because the Prime Minister's security will take over the premises, because the Prime Minister is expected to take this route to go to the temple, is what we are given to understand. But yes, it's beautifully decorated, even though there have been barricades that have been put in place. So if any common person is trying to walk, they have to walk past those barricades. Nobody is allowed to be on the main road, that we are standing on. But obviously, they will be making it more and more stricter and more and more tighter as the time progresses, and as we approach the Ram Mandir Pran Pratishtha period.
A lot of programs, big and small programs, people in a way trying to celebrate in their own way. Where are you right now, and tell us what's happening around you?
Well, I'm at Rampath right now, and it's a celebration of sorts, and there's this bhajan mandali which has come all the way from Madhya Pradesh, and let's allow our viewers to first soak into what they want to really present. Sir, aap bhajan ga sakte hain.
जय श्री राम। श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम, श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम, श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम, श्री राम जय जय राम, श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम, श्री राम राम, श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम, श्री राम।
While they continue to sing, there are women who are coming here to perform कर सकते हैं. Shivani, today is not about speaking anything. Today is not about a day to, pass any comments. It's just about a day of celebration, and everybody around here is celebrating in some way or the other. This lady who you can see in front of us is coming from Yogi Adityanath's home constituency, Gorakhpur, and she in fact trains a lot of, women from the backward community in dance as well. आप बताइए, आप जनजाति के महिलाओं को ट्रेन करती है
डांस, फैशन शो, ड्रामा, एक्टिंग।
कहाँ से आप कह रहे थे कि योगी आदित्यनाथ जी ने आपकी?
मैं वनटांगिया कम्युनिटी पे वर्क कर रही हूँ। उन्होंने हमारे सीएम सर ने अडॉप्ट कर रखा है, और उनको लेके मैं कल्चरल एक्टिविटीज़ में आती हूँ, फैशन शो, लोक नृत्य सिखाती हूँ, ड्रामा सिखाती हूँ, और हमारी सरकार हमारी बहुत साथ दे रही है हमें जगह जगह स्टेज पे।
वासियों के लिए कितना बड़ा दिन है, और यूपी वासियों के लिए कितना बड़ा दिन है, भारतवासियों के लिए?
लाइक हम लोग का जीवन सफल हो गया है। अब एज अ कलाकार अगर हमें 22 तारीख को प्राण प्रतिष्ठा के दिन मौका दिया सरकार ने अपना कला प्रदर्शन करने का, तो मेरे साथ जितने भी कलाकार हैं वो मतलब जीते जी स्वर्ग की प्राप्ति हो गई है।
आप मध्य प्रदेश से आए हो। मध्य प्रदेश में कई सारे ऐसे स्थान हैं जिनको पूरी देश और दुनिया जानती है। राम, आज के दिन में राम क्या मायने रखते हैं भारत के लोगों के लिए और विश्व भर के लिए?
आज के दिन राम जी आज बहुत ही मायने, हम मतलब कह नहीं सकते हैं कि अयोध्या में ऐसा भव्य कार्यक्रम रहेगा, प्रतिष्ठा रहेगी राम जी की, ऐसा कभी सुना
क्या है सर?
ये मेहंदी घर से और राम जी के आगमन की खुशी में
खुशी में शादी के जैसा माहौल है।
जी बिल्कुल, शादी को जैसे हमारे घर में शादी ब्याह रहती है और उत्साह के साथ में रहते हैं, उसी उत्साह के साथ में हम आएंगे।
Well, of course, Shivani, people, you know, whether it's a celebrities or whether it's a common man, they've come in, अपनी श्रद्धा से सब आए हैं, because they all believe that राम सबके और सब में राम है. That's the kind of celebrity mood. It looks like a wedding sort of a mood that you see in Ayodhya here, even as we report. And of course, it's still dark. We can also show you that the Prime Minister's security is on that path. They are actually inspecting the entire path, and probably in a bit from now, the Prime Minister's security will block this entire area for access as far as people is concerned. So obviously it's a huge occasion for this temple town of Ayodhya, which is bracing up for one of its biggest day in the history of 500 years or so. Shivani, back to you.
Yeah, but Payal, I was about to ask you exactly this. How many people do you see around you? Because there are a few key arterial roads in Ayodhya that lead to the Ram temple, and all of them were, I believe, were supposed to be completely sanitized ahead of the Prime Minister's arrival. So, how close are people being allowed to come to?
Namaste, Jai Hind, and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. History is going to be made today. It's a historic moment that all of us are going to be a part of. My name is Anand Narasimhan and I am representing the News 18 network here at Shri Ayodhya Dham, and we request all our viewers to stay tuned, stay glued to the News 18 network for the most comprehensive coverage, because in a short while from now, Prime Minister Narendra Modi will touch down in Ayodhya. I'll tell you, ladies and gentlemen, just about 3 years ago, in 2020, I was here just a stone's throw away from where I'm standing right now. I'm right on the banks of the Saryu River at Ram Ki Pedi here, and just a stone's throw away, I was there on a small tower. It was a watchtower of the CRPF that I was standing on, and we saw Prime Minister Narendra Modi do an aerial production of this place and then land here. Because since 1990, it had been nearly 30 years that he stepped here in Ayodhya, a promise that he had made to Ram Lalla in a tart, that he will come back the day, by the rule of law, he gets his rights. Ram Lalla gets his rights, he gets his Ram Janmabhoomi back. That's when I'll come back. And he came at that time on the 5th of August 2020 for the Bhumi Pujan, ladies and gentlemen. And today he will touch down again at around 10:25 a.m. for the Pran Pratishtha of Ram Lalla at Ram Janmabhoomi. It is historic, it is very, very significant, and it is of great importance for Hindus all across the world, all Ram Bhaks all across the world. This is an important moment. It is a moment where a 566-year struggle, where lakhs of people have given their lives. There have been umpteen number of cases legally fought for more than 70 years in Bharat, that is post-independence, and in our courts since 1866. That's how long the legal struggle has been for Ram Lalla to get back his Ram Janmabhoomi, and that's the reason why thousands and thousands of people are making their way to Ayodhya, ladies and gentlemen, because they all want to be here in Ayodhya. There are 8,000 invitees who will be watching that moment when Prime Minister Narendra Modi will open the eyes of Ram Lalla, apply kajal under his eyes, and then show him a mirror and say, welcome to this world, this land again. And here you are, the divinity infused into this murti of Vigraha, which is a representation of the divinity that is Prabhu Shri Ram for all the Ram Bhaks, ladies and gentlemen. That will happen. Along with that, he will also go to that Kuber Tila, the Shiv temple not so far away, Aradhya or Ram used to pray to Shiva, and that's why in every Shiva temple there will be a Vishnu presence. In every Vishnu temple there will be a Shiva presence, because as per our scriptures, both complete each other. If Vishnu is milk, Shiva is dadi or curd. They are the same in different forms. That's what our scriptures talk about, and that will be manifest at the Kuber Tila, where the temple will also be inaugurated. There is so much that's going to happen. Helicopters are going to shower flowers from the air when the Aarti happens. All the guests, Payal Mehta just got us that story, that all the guests will have bells to ring, and they will all be ringing bells. And the Prime Minister has urged everybody to light a diya. I am talking about diyas right behind me. There are lakhs of diyas that are just being put together. They're all being assembled because this place is going to be lit up. It is going to be Deepavali today, ladies and gentlemen. Lakhs and lakhs of diyas across the Saryu Tat, all across Ayodhya, will be lit this evening. You light one at your homes. That's the urge that the Prime Minister has made. That is what Yogi Adityanath has said. Yogi Adityanath, the Chief Minister, will be present along with the Governor Anandiben Patel and of course the RSS Chief Mohan Bhagwat along with the Prime Minister during the Pran Pratishtha ceremony. There is a lot that we have to share with you. Right now we've got news coming through. There are those who do not want the celebrations to peak. They want to dampen it. That's what Ms. Nirmala Sitharaman, the Finance Minister, is also alleging at this point, because ahead of her visit to the Kanchi Kamakshi Amman temple in Kanchipuram district, LEDs were removed from the event. The cops have said that there is no permission for LED inside the temple complex, and Nirmala Sitharaman has tweeted, the repression saga in Tamil Nadu continues. A small village, not more than 200 houses where people wanted to celebrate and watch Prime Minister Narendra Modi participate, have been told that unless the district collector gives permission, they shall not install the hired LED screen. The DC is sitting on the matter. The LED supplier has been threatened. The village is the Karunilam district, Chengalpattu. Another, but a bigger village, LED permission is hanging in fire. Sengaperumal, Koli district, Chengalpattu, all in the Chengalpattu region, and it is Nirmala Sitharaman who has tweeted about it, who has spoken about the fact that the villagers, the locals are not being allowed to watch, participate and celebrate. Purnima joining us live with more details. Yes, Purnima.
Well, if I can show you the truck behind, the LEDs have been packed and they are now trying to clear the place from these LEDs. These LEDs were fixed late last night, but the police had entered the temple at around 8 AM and they've removed these LEDs. Sir, ये LED को निकालने के लिए किसने बोला था, sir? So people here don't want to in fact respond to this, but remember, this is not the first time that the BJP has made this statement. Yesterday there were two places. One, of course, was a public place near the district collectorate's office. That in fact was also one of the places where there were 1,000 people who were all set to gather. Even their permission was denied. They removed all these preparations that were already underway. This time around, भैया आपने कब डाला था ये LED को?
4 बजे सुबह
4 बजे। और किसने बोला था आपको निकालने के लिए?
बस मेरा ये आदमी काम कर रहा है ना, वो बोला, इसको कौन बोला मालूम नहीं।
So police sources say they've not got permission for LED screenings here. This is something that Finance Minister had tweeted yesterday as well. But you can see, despite the fact that the LEDs have been removed from this temple, people are gathering in huge numbers to in fact participate in bhajans that are currently underway. But the screening of the grand event that's planned may not take place here because the district collector has not yet given permission, is what we are hearing, and they've removed, uninstalled the LEDs and they are loading it inside this truck, as you can see. Back to you.
Well, thank you for that. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. Let's go straight across to somebody whose bhajans have enthralled us. When he says Bolo Ram Ram Ram, Bolo Sham Sham Sham, everybody sings along with him, and he's been doing it for more than 4.5 decades now. It's a special moment for all of us. but perhaps it will be more special for you. Anup Jalota ji, namaste. Jai Hind, this is Anand Narsimhan. Thank you so much for your time. आपको कैसा महसूस हो रहा है? आज तो एक बहुत ही खास दिन है.
आज का दिन बहुत विशेष है, ऐतिहासिक है. जो लोग इसे सामने देखेंगे बस उनका कल्याण है. बहुत ही बड़ी बात है उनके जीवन में. मैं अपने को बहुत भाग्यशाली समझता हूँ कि मुझे आज प्रधानमंत्री जी ने निमंत्रण भेजा है और मैं यहाँ पहुँच गया हूँ. अब रास्ते में हूँ और मंदिर की ओर मेरी कार बढ़ रही है.
अनुप जी, मैं आपसे जानना चाहता हूँ, आपने भजन तो बहुत गाए हैं, भक्ति के भजन गाए हैं, आपने उनके भाव गाए हैं जो कि भक्त हैं, पर कभी ऐसे कुछ गीत हैं, आप तो अवधी भी बहुत अच्छा बोलते हैं, तो अवधपुर में क्या राम लला के गीत हैं, राम लला के भजन हैं?
राम लला के बहुत प्यारे. हमारे तुलसीदास जी ने कितना लिखा है, अवधी में लिखा है. तो ये जितने भजन हैं उनमें हम रामलला के दर्शन करते हैं. हमारे उत्तर प्रदेश में वही भाषा बोली जाती है. तो मैं तो उत्तर प्रदेश का हूँ, लखनऊ का हूँ. तो लखनऊ में ऐसो को उदार जग माही, बिनु सेवा जो द्रवे दीन पर राम सरस बहु नाही. ऐसो को उदार जग माही, बिनु सेवा जो द्रवे दीन पर राम सरिस को नाही, राम सरिस को नाही. ये सब अवधी भाषा है और इसी में लिखा है तुलसीदास जी ने. और हम लोग बहुत आनंद लेते हैं जब उनके भजन गाते हैं.
पर अनूप जी, राम इतने खास क्यों है, इतने, और रोम रोम में राम, अगर भारत के कहा जाए तो गलत नहीं होगा, अतिशोक्ति नहीं होगी, ऐसा क्यों है?
मैं आपको बताता हूँ. पहले रोम रोम में राम आपको सुना देता हूँ. तेरे मन में राम, तन में राम, रोम रोम में राम रे, राम सुमिर ले ध्यान लगा रे, छोड़ जगत के काम रे, बोलो राम राम राम. अब राम क्यों विशेष है? क्योंकि राम ने हमारे देश की मर्यादाएं तय की हैं. भगवान राम का जब विवाह हुआ सीता जी से, तो उन्होंने सीता जी को कहा कि मेरे पिता की 3 पत्नियां हैं, लेकिन अब आज से एक ही पत्नी होगी, हिंदू की, सनातनी की. और देखिए उन्होंने सीता जी से जो वादा किया, उसके बाद वो आज तक चल रहा है कि हमारे हिंदू धर्म में सनातनी एक पत्नी रखते हैं, जिससे कि उस पत्नी को पूरा सम्मान और पूरी प्रतिष्ठा मिल सके. उसके बाद उन्होंने कहा कि हम किसी राष्ट्र पर हमला नहीं करेंगे उसको जीतने के लिए. देखिए आज तक वही है कि भारत कभी किसी पर आक्रमण नहीं करता है. अगर कोई आक्रमण करता है तो उसको अपनी सुरक्षा के लिए उस पर आक्रमण करते हैं और उसको ठीक कर देते हैं. फिर वो इस योग्य नहीं रह जाता कि आक्रमण कर सके. ये विशेषताएं भगवान राम ने हमारे यहाँ मर्यादित की और वो आज तक हम उसे निभा रहे हैं.
अनूप जी, आज का दिन हमारे लिए क्यों खास है? आप दर्शकों को क्या कहना चाहेंगे जो राम की भक्ति में लीन हैं, जो राम को मानते हैं, उन्हें आप क्या कहना चाहेंगे आज? व्हाई इज इट स्पेशल टुडे? व्हाई इज टुडे सो स्पेशल जी?
Today it's very special day because more than since 500 years, more than 500 years, हम इंतजार कर रहे थे कि हमारे राम लला को उनकी जगह रहने की मिले. अभी तक वो टेंट में रह रहे थे, एक टाट में रह रहे थे. वो जो विवाद इतना चल रहा था, लेकिन अब वो अपने ठाठ में जा रहे हैं, टाट से ठाठ में जा रहे हैं. अब वो जहाँ रहेंगे वो उनका भवन है, वो उनका स्थान है. इसलिए हम बहुत ही प्रसन्न हैं, बहुत ही खुश हैं कि जो सपना हमने देखा था उसको हमारे प्रधानमंत्री मोदी जी ने, योगी जी ने इसको पूरा किया. और जैसा भवन हमने सोचा था होगा, शायद उससे ज्यादा ही अच्छा बन गया है. ये ऐसे लग रहा है जैसे उन दिनों अयोध्या ऐसी ही होती होगी. मैं तो अयोध्या पिछले 55 वर्षों से आ रहा हूँ 55 वर्षों से। उन दिनों में लखनऊ में रहता था, तो लखनऊ से भी आता जाता था, फिर बम्बई पहुंच गया, वहां से भी आना जाना रहा। एक दो फिल्म की शूटिंग के लिए हम यहाँ आए। एक फिल्म की शूटिंग हम कर रहे थे, प्यार का सावन फिल्म थी। मैं, अरुण गोविल हीरो थे और साधना सिंह, देवश्री रॉय उसमें हीरोइन थी। हम लोग 20 दिन यहाँ अयोध्या रहे शूटिंग की। तो अयोध्या से तो हमारा बड़ा पुराना संबंध है। आज की अयोध्या और तब की अयोध्या में बड़ा फर्क हो गया है। आज वो अयोध्या है जैसी हम चाहते थे वैसी हो गई है।
ये अनूप जी, सप्तपुरी में सबसे बड़ा इसको कहा जाता है अयोध्यापुरी को। आपने कहा वर्षों से आते आ रहे हैं, क्या अयोध्या का कायाकल्प हुआ है? कभी आपने सोचा था आपके जीवन काल में यू विल सी दिस मोमेंट एंड दिस चेंज, दिस ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन?
किसी ने नहीं सोचा था, क्योंकि सरकारें आई गई, किसी ने इसको ध्यान नहीं दिया। तो हमें लगता था इसको ध्यान ही नहीं दे रहा, तो ये तो होने वाला है नहीं। 55 साल से तो मैं ही देख रहा हूँ, आता जाता रहा हूँ यहाँ। लेकिन एक अवतार आना था, ईश्वर ने सोचा हुआ था कि ये तो एक अवतार भेजेंगे और वो सब काम कर देगा। तो ये अवतार पुरुष आए हैं मोदी जी। ये केवल प्रधानमंत्री या राजनेता नहीं है, अवतार पुरुष हैं। इन्होंने आके अपने दिव्यता से, अपने कर्मठ स्वभाव से, अपने धर्म के प्रति निष्ठा से वो कर दिखाया जो हम लोग बस सपना ही देखा करते थे होगा। और सच में इतने अच्छी तरह किया है कि मैं मोदी जी को नमन करता हूं, उन्होंने काम करा दिया।
आखिरी आपसे एक रिक्वेस्ट है, आपके मन में जो भाव है, जो भी आप अभी इस वक्त फील कर रहे हैं, जरा हमें गा के सुनाएंगे?
एक बड़ी सुंदर 2 पंक्तियां हैं, आपको सुनाता हूं कि अभी तक जो हो गया, अब आगे क्या होने वाला है। काशी बदली अयोध्या बदली, काशी बदली अयोध्या बदली, अब मथुरा की बारी है। राम खड़े हैं लिए धनुष, अब बंसी बजने वाली है। राम खड़े हैं लिए धनुष, अब बंसी बजने वाली है। मोदी जी शांत नहीं बैठेंगे इसके बाद भी। उज्जैन हो गया, काशी हो गई, अयोध्या हो गई, अब है मथुरा वृंदावन की बारी।
Anup Jalota ji, thank you so much. आपने जो भाव व्यक्त किए, I think many people will identify with it. Thank you so much for your time, ji. Thank you so much. Quickly, just shifting focus and taking the action back to Rampath, where everybody, all the VIPs, all the guests who are also joining us will also be coming through. They're already coming there. Aman has apparently made his way out of the media center, and he's walking on the Rampath towards Hanumangadi. How is the atmosphere there, Aman? Can you hear me?
Well, yes, Anand, I can hear you, and I'm on Rampath, and this is the road which all the VIPs are taking. There was, just shortly back, there was a stream of vehicles coming from this road. All the VIPs are taking this road down towards the Ram temple. This road, Rampath, about a 2-kilometer stretch from here, goes to the Ram temple. Of course, we have been stopped now from going there, but Anand, you can look at this kind of festive atmosphere in Ayodhya. These florals, decorations, the lighting, the dances, the excitement here in Ayodhya is unparalleled. I have not seen anything like this before. People at every nook and corner of Ayodhya on Rampath dancing away. The special dancing groups have come from all the way from far, and the mahal here is totally Rammay. This is the stream of vehicles you see going. All these are VIP vehicles, Anand. People or the invitees are taking this route now because everybody has to be in there by 10 a.m. So everybody is taking this route right into the Ram temple, and people here clearly saying that it's a big day. There's a lot of emotion on the ground. If I speak to a few people here, in fact, who are just behind here, ये जो राम का माहौल है, अभी जो people trying to get into some way inside the Ram temple because the security has been tightened ahead of the Prime Minister coming here. But Anand, the feeling here. I was speaking to a few people here earlier. They say, okay, we don't have the Pran Pratishtha ceremony in white. That's fine. We just want to walk this road. We just want to get near the Ram temple because the vibe of this entire place has become totally Rammay. People say they can feel the devotion. Right. They can feel that Lord Ram is back. And that is the feeling with which many people are coming. And now the VIPs are all going inside because the Prime Minister is expected by 10:30. Right. By 10 o'clock, everybody has to be inside. All the Bollywood stars are expected to arrive in a short while here. Anand, back to you.
Well, thank you so much. I'm just going to request our team that there is some report, and this is subject to confirmation, that in Srirangam also, where the PM did his parikrama, where the people are being stopped from doing the parikrama in Srirangam. So we'll just get this check, ladies and gentlemen. It's not verified yet. I'm live and speaking to our viewers, so that's why communicating it via our channel itself. But we'll check on that. It's not confirmed. But right now, Vishnu Shankar Jain and Hari Shankar Jain ji should be joining us. I'm just going to check if they are through. They're just on their way. They are special invitees for the Pran Pratishtha. They will be making their way. Hari Shankar Jain ji, Vishnu ji, can you hear me? Namaste.
Anand, Jai Shri Ram. Jai Shri Ram.
I'm just going to check. I think, yes. Vishnu Jain ji, can you hear me? Namaste.
Namaste Anand, Jai Shri Ram.
You're on your way. I just quickly want to ask you, I'm not able to hear you. Will try and patch myself back to the studio and back to the PCR. But Hari Shankar Jain ji, आपको कैसा लग रहा है? How special is this moment? आपका स्वास्थ्य ठीक नहीं है, फिर भी आप हट करके अयोध्या आए हैं.
जी, बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है. और लग रहा है इतनी बड़ी इतनी इच्छाएं थी जो आज पूरी हो रही, उम्मीद नहीं थी. बिल्कुल अप्रत्याशित. करोड़ों रुपया मिलता देश को मिलता, बहुत बड़ा काम हो गया सदियों के लिए. जी. It's a very proud feeling for all the Sanatanis, and it's like celebrating a second Diwali for all of us. It is I cannot express you in words, Anand, the feeling which me and my father are having today in being part of this event. And I think this Pran Pratishtha is not just a Pran Pratishtha, it's Pran Pratishtha for Karono Sanatanis, because we believe in Lord Ram, we believe in the ideals of Lord Ram, and today is the day that after a long legal battle, we are going to see this momentous occasion.
If Hari Shankar Jain ji can hear me, I want to ask him what is he feeling. You as a son were worried about his health, but वो हट करके आए हैं, तो मैं उनसे जानना चाहूँगा क्यों, why this thing that you have to be here today, Hari Shankar Jain ji? Why is it so important?
जब 30 साल पहले 34 साल पहले ये प्रारंभ किया था, उस समय उम्मीद नहीं थी, अंधकार था. ये उजेला देखने के लिए दिल तड़प रहा था. तो थोड़ा बीमार था, परंतु फिर हमने कहा नहीं, चलेंगे जरूर, और आए हैं और मौके पहुंच रहे हैं. भगवान के दर्शन होंगे और ये बहुत ही शुभ दिन पूरे राष्ट्र के लिए है, पूरे समाज के लिए है. और इस दिन को देखने के लिए 34 साल जिया है, एक दिन. ये कल्पना थी ये दिन कब मिलेगा, आज वो मिल रहा है. आज ग्रैंड सक्सेस डे फॉर द होल कम्युनिटी, फॉर सनातनीज. जी.
कभी आपने सोचा था ये दिन देखने को मिलेगा? आपने तो बहुत ज्यादा प्रताड़ना झेली है. लोग आपको डराते थे, धमकाते थे और धुतकारते भी थे. आपने बहुत कुछ झेला है हरिशंकर जी. इसलिए मैं आपसे जानना चाहता हूं, आज आप उन सबको क्या कहेंगे जिन्होंने कहा था ये तुम्हारा कभी, ये क्यों लड़ रहे हो, क्यों कर रहे हो, ये जो आप कर रहे हैं इसका कुछ नहीं होने वाला. उन सबको आज आप कुछ कहना चाहेंगे या फिर बस दर्शन करके बाकी सब वहां पे?
कभी हिम्मत नहीं आनी चाहिए और अपमान से डरना नहीं चाहिए. अपमान होगा तब मान मिलेगा, और हिंदू जनता को इसी तरह से आगे आना चाहिए ताकि जितनी मंदिर और हैं वो सबकी प्राप्ति हो. मैं समझता हूँ कि लोग उठेंगे और जगेंगे और अयोध्या की तरह सारे मंदिरों का पुनर्निर्माण पुनर्स्थापना होगी।
हरिशंकर जैन जी, राम जन्मभूमि इतना इम्पोर्टेंट क्यों है? इसकी महत्वता क्या है कि आपने इतनी लंबी लीगल फाइट की है? दर्शकों को ये बताइए कि कई लोग होंगे आज ये देख रहे होंगे, हाँ एक और राम मंदिर बन रहा है, इसमें क्या बड़ी बात है? Well, we will try and connect with we will try and connect with Harishankar Jain ji and Vishnu Jain ji in just a bit. They are amidst tight security right now. Going across to Kobi Shoshani, Consul General of Israel to Midwest India, joining us. Kobi ji, namaste. Thank you very much for speaking with us. You just tweeted. You said you can see history in the making, even though you are watching it far away from Mumbai. But you feel it's history in the making. Why do you feel so?
I was born in Jerusalem, and the temple in Jerusalem was destroyed 2 times in our history. And I can fully understand the narrative, I can fully understand the emotion, and I saw the people outside the street. It was emotional, outstanding presentation, and I was feeling in between me and myself that I wonder if it will happen also in Israel, something like that. It's very, very important. I have to congratulate India because this is a turning point of the Indian history. After so many times this temple was destroyed and rebuilt, today it's a new wave and a new era to India policy, and I think that I feel part of it this way or another.
What do you think? You've been very closely associated with Bharat. What does this mean? And the importance of Ram. Do you believe this will also impact us as a nation, its consciousness, its approach, its posture?
Definitely today I think India is going to be a completely different country. And I think that country without history will not have a future. And I think that today, and I would like to congratulate as well your government and your Prime Minister about this very, I have to say, very dramatic movement. This is something that's going to change India for many, many years ahead. We are coming from a place that we are not hesitate and we are not shy to say that this is the Jewish state. And I think that India is a little bit more complicated because of the constitution, but I fully understand the love and the respect of the people here in Bharat, the love towards Ram, Lord Ram, and of course all the history of India is extremely, extremely important to the people. And I don't think that we have to take it into a religious place. It's something that we should look at it in a very different perspective, history and future.
Mr. Shoshani, the struggle to maintain your identity, retain your identity, to take back what is rightfully yours, there are similarities. But to make a legal struggle, a 566-year-old struggle, and perhaps one of the longest legal struggles, would you also say that a lot of it has happened very amicably? Yes, there has been violence, there's been a certain amount of strife, but eventually it's the courts that have upheld what many Hindus and people who believe in Ram have believed, that it is his place, it's the deity's rights, it's the deity's place. Do you believe this is also a beacon that our courts can adjudicate and resolve conflicts where other courts across the world have actually failed?
I have to tell you a personal story. I met the judge that made the decision 2 years ago in one of the Indian fantastic weddings in Taj Mahal Hotel. It was very extremely important and extremely fascinating conversation that I had along with him. And I think he was a brave man. He made the right decision. And I tell you more than that, with your permission. This is a photo that I kept in my room all the time. This is the temple. And I think without belief, without inspiration, without know your history, you will not have a good future. A nation without history is not the same nation. And I think India today moving forward to a very important step towards this recognition of your fantastic Hindu history, and I really appreciate and really like it very much. More than that, I have to tell you that I'm writing this day a book about India from Israeli perspective, and I read and I make one of the chapters towards Ram Temple, and I think not because it's because was, in my point of view, extremely important to India, and I actually devoted one of the chapters to Ram Mandir, Shri Ram Mandir place, and I think it's not because it's of the importance of this place.
Mr. Shoshani, thank you so much for your time and thank you for speaking with us. It is indeed a momentous day. A lot of people will not understand the depth and the importance of what is happening today. It will perhaps percolate, it will translate, and those who do, they will all be lighting diyas right through the day till evening, because 22nd of January, ladies and gentlemen, will be yet another Deepavali. Before we go across to Mr. Rangarajan Natsaman, we just have an update coming in from Siddhant. Siddhant is very close to the grand entrance, the big dwar from where most of the guests are making their way in. Siddhant, have most of the guests started coming in? It's 9:28 already. You just have only about half an hour now.
Was that question to me, Anand?
Yes, Siddhant.
Yeah. Yes, Anand. So right now I am next to Hanuman Gadi. In fact, I would ask my video journalist to show the viewers that look at this lane. This lane is going towards Ram Janmabhoomi, and all these Bollywood celebrities, sadhu saints, politicians are in the queue right now. And in fact, you see, this is how the scene is right now on Rampath. There is a traffic jam situation because at Janmbhoomi, one has to get down from the car and get onto the cart to reach the temple where the sitting arrangements have been made. Now you look at this particular patch where we are reporting from. There is a slow vehicular movement. All these people are the special invitees for the Ram Temple inauguration, and all these sadhu saints, celebrities, and in fact the politicians, they all are taking this route, Anand. And in fact by 10:15 is the last time to enter the premises, because post that there would be Prime Minister's protocol in place and one has to get in, and for that there is a proper traffic arrangement also that is being handled. We'll get on to that side of the road. In fact we'll try to take some questions from the Babas, and there you see we're in the middle of the road. And आप लोग स्पेशल इनवाइटीज हैं सर, ट्रैफिक में फंसे हैं क्या? नहीं, okay, there you see, धीरे धीरे लेके जा रहे हैं सबको. We'll try to see that if we can catch some celebrity or some नेता. हाँ बाबा, आपको इनवाइट आया है?
हाँ, आज देखिए मेरा
पास आया, इनवाइट आया. जय श्री राम. So there you see, बाबा को इनवाइट आया, and even the buses are also taking some of the special invitees, those who don't have their own vehicles. Now this is how there you see Subhash Ghai is going inside, and I can also see the people from different and there you see there are a lot of people. So this entire lane is full of celebrities and politicians going inside the Ram Temple premises. So there's a slow traffic because a lot of vehicles, and somebody is waving at us. Somebody's okay. जा रहे हैं अंदर. कैसे महसूस कर रहे हैं? बहुत सुंदर. Okay. So the cops are asking us to get on the left side of the road, but from here we can show our viewers, and there you see all these devotees, special invitees are taking this route. This is Rampath where we are reporting from. In fact, I've seen a lot of people, a lot of celebrities getting inside, and the cart. So this is a cart, Anand, which one uses to get inside the complex. So this cart service is also right now has been arranged for the special invitees. Back to you, Anand.
Well, thank you for that, Siddhant. Plenty of celebrities, plenty of people from all walks of life who have come right now. Just quickly going across to Rangarajan Narasimhan for an update on what's happening in Srirangam. You are from thereabouts. Yes, Mr. Narasimhan. Yes.
Yeah, I just got a message from my folks there in Srirangam. A small group of 15 people were trying to do a parikrama of the temple, where recently, couple of days back, Prime Minister Modi ji went there. This is like I told you, this temple has got 7 prakaras, and the 6th and 7th prakara are basically streets. It's called Uttaravidhi and Chitravidhi respectively. And a small group of 15 people, 15, wanted to do parikrama in order to celebrate, and what they were trying to do is basically just chant Sri Rama Nama. Just say Jai Shri Ram, Shri Ram, Shri Ram, Shri Ram, and then do a parikrama on the streets of the temple. And yesterday evening, the police had called them to check whether they got permissions. I do not know why anybody would need a permission to do a parikrama on the streets basically, and then a small group of 15. I even called the policeman and then I talked to him because he was an intelligence person. I know his number, and I called him, and when I called him, he had said that they were not going to stop them, but he is just inquiring because for the intelligence reasons. Today morning, just now as I am sitting here, I am getting a message from the people there who are trying to do the parikrama, that they were stopped from doing so, and they are still waiting to do the parikrama. This is a current stage in Srirangam, where a couple of days Prime Minister Modi ji went, and even we are in a position. It is unfortunate that in a wonderful situation like this, people are not allowed to celebrate. No matter what anybody tries to dampen these celebrations, it's not going to be dampened. We will all do parikrama in our hearts for sure, and I'm sure the people who are there will continue to do what they are doing.
Right. We will try and confirm that in just a bit. And also, now that you're saying that there is issue, there is trouble in Chengalpattu, there is trouble in Srirangam, many places where devotees are perhaps being stopped from either celebrating, participating, installing screens. Multiple claims being made. Nirmala Sitharaman, Rangarajan Narasimhan saying there is something happening. We will try and get to the bottom of it, and also see if we can get pictures of what's happening on ground. Purnima confirming what happened in Chengalpattu. We'll try and get you visuals of what's happening in Srirangam too. Meanwhile, Manoj Joshi is also here in Ayodhya, and he spoke with us here at CNN News 18. Listen in.
बहुत भावुक हूं कि जो कार सेवा के लिए निकले थे उस समय मैं भी निकला था, और आज ये प्रत्यक्ष रूप देख रहा हूं। इतना भव्य दिव्य मंदिर और एक दिव्यता की अनुभूति है जी, शब्दातीत है, मेरे पास कोई शब्द नहीं है जी बिल्कुल इतनी अद्भुत, मतलब हृदय में ऐसी भावना है कि प्रत्यक्ष ईश्वर को देख रहे हैं।
और ये दिव्य एक मंदिर का दिव्य रूप जरा आप अपनी भाषण में अगर आप बता पाएंगे तो अच्छा रहेगा हमारे।
ये देखिए, ये इतना भव्य दिव्य मंदिर, ऐसा लग रहा है सच में भारतवर्ष में राम राज्य की आरंभ हो चुका है। और ये देखिए, ये इतनी विशाल, ये कभी कल्पना भी नहीं की थी, कल्पना से बाहर।
Well, so Manoj Joshi also saying that he had stepped out for Kar Seva. Yogi Adityanath has reached. Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath is at the venue. Siddhant getting us the details. Yes, Siddhant. We've just lost the line, but Yogi Adityanath was there. Siddhant has got the pictures of Yogi Adityanath, the Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister, who's arrived, and lots of chants of Jai Shri Ram at that time. We'll try and play out those visuals and try and go across to Siddhant again, but it's going to be crowded. It is very crowded, ladies and gentlemen, and to get the networks through in such a crowd is not easy. We will try our best to get you the pictures and also get our reporters right in the thick of the action. It is important for Yogi Adityanath personally also, because his Dada Guru Digvijay Nath Ji was the one who started the entire movement and was part of the Ram Mandir movement even pre-independence, and then Mahant Avaidhyanath, his guru himself, was part of the struggle, and for him as Chief Minister the fruition happens, the judgment comes, the transformation of Ayodhya Nagari happens, and even when he was going for the re-election, I had asked him, here in Ayodhya I had asked him, will you be there when the Pran Pratishtha happened? So he said, no, it will be a Chief Minister from the BJP. He was very guarded in his response, but in his eyes there was a glint and a hip that he was somewhere saying, praying that it should be him and it is him. So he is realizing something from the Nath Sampradaya as a Shishya from that parampara. He is able to do it as a Mahant, but he's also doing it as a Chief Minister and a popular Chief Minister at that, with an overwhelming mandate. Plenty happening, ladies and gentlemen, but here is something that we have tried to put together. Our entire tech team at the back end has worked very, very hard to give you an audio video experience which is being created using technology. A lot of it is make-believe, a lot of it is real. Hope you enjoy this small presentation from us about Ayodhya, about Ram Mandir.
नमस्कार, मैं हूं आपके साथ पूजा। एक बार फिर हमारी वर्चुअल दुनिया में आपका बहुत स्वागत है। राम मंदिर पर सबसे बड़ी कवरेज में हमने आपको बेहतरीन टेक्नोलॉजी के जरिए अयोध्या के दर्शन कराए। लघु पुष्पक में बैठकर आपने अयोध्या धाम को देखा और अब हम कोशिश कर रहे हैं करोड़ों राम भक्तों की आस्था और भावना को एक और रूप देने का। जी हां, और इसी कड़ी में मैं इस वक्त मणि पर्वत पर पहुंच चुकी हूं। अयोध्या का ये वही मणि पर्वत है जिसके बारे में कई मान्यताएं हैं। पीछे आप देख पा रहे होंगे वो राम मंदिर जो अभी निर्माणाधीन है। जब पूरी तरीके से बन जाएगा तो कुछ ऐसा ही दिखेगा। मणि पर्वत के बारे में कहा यह जाता है कि राजा जनक ने अयोध्या में इतनी मणियां भेजी कि उसके ढेर से ये पर्वत बन गया और इसी पर इस वक्त हम खड़े हैं। तो प्रभु राम जिनकी जगह देश के दिल में है, राम भक्तों की आस्था को आज हम टेक्नोलॉजी के जरिए एक बार फिर से मूर्त रूप देने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं। और सोचिए, जब प्रभु राम अपने पुष्पक से अयोध्या वापस लौटे होंगे तो उस वक्त क्या नजारा रहा होगा। एक बार फिर से वो अयोध्या वापस लौट रहे हैं, अपनी नगरी में आ रहे हैं जहां उनका जन्म हुआ, जहां भव्य दिव्य मंदिर बन रहा है। तो पुष्पक से जब वो लौटे क्या नजारा रहा होगा, यही हम आपको दिखाने की कोशिश करेंगे। और इसके लिए जरा आपको नजरें ऊपर की तरफ करनी पड़ेगी, क्योंकि जो पुष्पक विमान है जिससे प्रभु राम आए थे वो ऊपर वहां आसमान में अभी आपको दिखेगा और वहीं से वो नीचे उतरेगा। देखिए, ये भव्य और दिव्य पुष्पक विमान ये देखिए यहाँ उतर रहा है। और पुष्पक कुबेर का ये विशालकाय विमान बेहद सुंदर भव्य, जिसे रावण ने अपने भाई कुबेर से छीन लिया और रावण का अंत कर प्रभु राम उसी से अयोध्या लौटे। और आज अयोध्या में मौजूद हर भक्त, अयोध्या के बाहर मौजूद हर श्रद्धालु कुछ ऐसा ही महसूस कर पा रहे होंगे। और देखिए, ये धीरे धीरे जो है ये राम मंदिर की तरफ जा रहा है। यहाँ आप देखिए, राम मंदिर की तरफ बढ़ता हुआ आसमान में उड़ता ये पुष्पक विमान मंदिर की तरफ जा रहा है। और यहाँ जो नजारा आप देखेंगे वो बहुत दिव्य होने वाला है, भव्य होने वाला है। ये मंदिर जो बहुत जल्द बन जाएगा। देश के करोड़ों लोगों की आस्था को मानो प्रभु राम यहाँ पर खुद आशीर्वाद देने के लिए पहुंचे हैं। और देखिए, पुष्प की वर्षा शुरू हो चुकी है। तमाम देवी देवता इस वक्त कैसा महसूस कर रहे होंगे, तस्वीरें आप देखिए, आशीर्वाद दे रहे हैं। और ये भव्यता और दिव्यता अगर आप अयोध्या जाएंगे तो आपको महसूस होगी। 23 तारीख के बाद आप अयोध्या जाके दर्शन कर सकते हैं, लेकिन उससे पहले टेक्नोलॉजी के जरिए आप इसे देखिए। प्रभु राम की कृपा यहाँ पर आपको महसूस होगी। और हमने लोगों की इसी आस्था और भावना को
Let's go straight across to Siddhant, who's joining us right from all the thick of the action. You got Yogi Adityanath. He's already there. Who else is there?
Yes, Anand. Yes, Anand, Yogi Adityanath has gone inside. I also saw many industrialists, including the sadhu and saints from various Sant Pratha. They all have come. In fact, they have arrived. And behind me you can see Anand. We'll try to take, and there you see cops are not letting us to go forward. But this is the last spot where we can report from. There is a vantage point. And you can see, Anand, that's the convoys waiting to get inside the temple. And in fact, there is a slow vehicular movement because a lot of VIPs are still in the queue to get inside the temple to seek Ram Lalla's blessings. So, there's a long queue outside on the first day only. And in fact, Yogi Adityanath, Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath has just gone inside. We are outside Hanuman Gadi, Anand. This is the famous Hanuman Gadi temple where we are reporting from. The entire area has been cordoned off, and the VIPs are only allowed on this stretch where we are reporting from. Now, I would ask my video journalist if he can come along with me. Ramaji, idhar aiye. No, okay. So the cops are not allowing us to go that side, but what we can show from here at a distance is that there is a slow vehicular movement. Lot of celebrities and politicians are in this traffic, which is ahead of Ram Janmabhoomi. This is few meters. This is a distance between Hanuman Gadi to Ram Janmabhoomi, and in fact, lot of them have just landed in Ayodhya. This is also what we are getting to know from the security protocol teams, those who have been. So Anand, there is a setup that has been made. There's a security protocol of police which is with the VIP, and also there are RSS young boys, those who have been deployed for the protocol of VIPs. In fact, I got the chance to meet lot of them yesterday. So there's a team of 4-5 RSS VHP young boys. They are the part of the Teerth Kshetra, and they have also been given the task to escort the celebrities and the politicians and their convoys. So there's a proper arrangement so that nobody faces any problem on their first day of Ram temple visit, and all measures are being taken. And there you see, again there is a VIP movement.
Well, keep
This
your
is what
eyes
we can
peeled
tell
out,
our viewers.
Siddhant. Keep your eyes peeled out and take us through, if you can spot the VVIPs, because we are given to understand Amitabh Bachchan, Sachin Tendulkar, they've all touched down in Ayodhya. Kangana Ranaut is here, Anupam Kher is here, Madhur Bhandarkar is here, Vivek Oberoi is here. We're given to understand Virat Kohli and Mahendra Singh Dhoni are also arriving. They will also be entering the premises very, very soon. So you are going to have a slew of the who's who are going to make their way. They are all going to be there inside the Ram Mandir premises. Are there lots of people on the street, Siddhant? Have you been able to interact with them? What are they saying? They don't have invites. Why are they here?
Yes. They are the locals of Ayodhya, Anand, and they say that we have the first right over Ram Lalla. We have been associated with the Andolan. We fought in the Andolan, and in fact, Anand, that's very interesting that every temple in Ayodhya has received an invitation. Every ashram in Ayodhya has received an invitation, and in fact, in all the significant families in Ayodhya, and in fact, there is also a representation of communities in Ayodhya. Those who have got invitation. So Ayodhya is nicely represented at this grand temple inauguration. And there you see, Anand, again the convoys have arrived. There is a slow vehicular movement, as I mentioned before. The vehicles are going inside. The cops are trying to clear the route, Anand. But at Janmbhoomi, on the main entry gate, in fact there are multiple gates also. But at the main entry gate, the traffic gets slower. कैसा फील कर रहे हैं? बहुत आनंद है। खुश हैं?
अरे खुश की बात कर रहे हैं। आज पूरा विश्व जो है खुश है आज इस कार्यक्रम से।
Okay. So there you see, they are very excited that they got the invite. In fact, they are feeling blessed. They are feeling lucky. Whoever I'm talking to, Anand, in fact, you can see these Babas are also taking Pad Yatras. So those who don't have vehicles, they are the locals of Rampad. They are doing this Pad Yatra to Janmbhoomi. In fact, that is also advisable if they do Pad Yatra. So there you see, a lot of vehicles are taking this route. In fact, there is a vehicular, there's a slow traffic on Rampad right now, and all these are the special. कैसा feel कर रहे हैं? Jai Shri Ram. So there you see, people are getting inside the Rampad, and again there is a convoy of Babas that are being escorted by UP police, and in fact there are some young boys that have been given this task by the Teerth Kshetra to escort and take people. आपको भी invite है?
अयोध्या की रामलीला से आए हुए हैं।
अच्छा, अब यहीं से है क्या? कैसा?
अयोध्या की रामलीला से आए हैं, मुंबई से
आए हुए हैं। अच्छा, तो अंदर जाने मिल रहा है आपको?
सर मेरा एंट्री अंदर का नहीं था। मैं अयोध्या की रामलीला से आया हुआ हूँ। ये जो बॉलीवुड सितारों की रामलीला होती है,
वहाँ से आप आए। वहाँ से जो रामलीला बॉलीवुड सितारों की
आती है।
तो पूरा ये रामपथ तो पूरा जाम हो चुका है। सितारे, फिल्मी दुनिया के सितारे, राजनेता, बड़े बड़े अधिकारी, मिनिस्टर्स हैं। ठीक माहौल है? ठीक है। ये देखे, हेलो, हाउ आर यू? जय श्री राम, जय श्री राम।
मोदी जी को समर्पित। चलो चलो भाई चलो।
ओके।
चलो चलो भाई चलो चलो चलो, बुलावा आया राजा राम का।
ओके
दर्शन करने राम का।
So there you see, Anand, even there are a lot of invitees. Siddhant, pulling away from you as you talk to more people. Aman is also on Rampath. Aman, one by one, all the VIPs are coming in. There are pictures of Kangana Ranaut inside. Deepika ji, who played the role of Sita. in that epic Ramanand Sagar's Ramayana. She is also inside there. She's present there. We'll try and connect. We're hoping to connect with Moti Sagar, Ramanand Sagarji's son. Let's hope he can join us live before he goes in. But Aman, take us through. What's the energy? What's the mood on Rampath?
Well, the energy is very, very high, Anand. All the VIPs are taking this route to go towards the Ram temple. You can see dances, you can see people, onlookers behind me. You can see such dance performances going on all over Rampath. You know, people flocking here just to get a view. You know, many of these people, in fact, most of them are not going to get inside the Pran Pratishtha ceremony. But still, people just want to be here on this road, capture the mood, capture what is happening here. You know, to be a part of this moment in history, baby. You know, we have people here from near and far who have come. आप कहाँ से आए हैं?
बिहार शरीफ से।
तो बिहार से आए तो अंदर तो जा नहीं पा रहे, तो यहाँ पे क्या देख रहे हैं?
देख रहे हैं मोदी वीआईपी लोग को देख रहे हैं जरा।
अच्छा, मोदी जी यहीं से आएंगे क्या?
हाँ, यहीं से आएंगे।
मोदी जी को देखना चाह रहे हैं?
हाँ हाँ, मोदी जी का इंतजार है। हम उज्जैन से आए।
उज्जैन से आए।
पूरा भारत के परिक्रमा आए।
ये कितना बड़ा दिन है राम जी के लिए जो है, राम जी का
दिन है, आनंद है। आनंद है। हमारा पूरा भारत का परिक्रमा है, पैदल यात्रा है।
पैदल यात्रा क्या है?
जिला सायापुर है मेरा।
क्या बात है। तो ये जो राम जी का माहौल है पूरा यहाँ पे, एक तरह से आपको लग रहा है कि ये राम जी के माहौल में पूरी अयोध्या रंग गई है? जी,
जय श्री राम।
जय श्री राम। तो आनंद, दैट इज द फीलिंग हियर, यू नो, पीपल कमिंग फ्रॉम फार एंड वाइड एंड जस्ट फॉर अ ग्लिम्प्स ऑफ द होल। आप कहाँ से आए हैं?
नेपाल से।
नेपाल से आए हैं। तो नेपाल से इतनी दूर से आए हैं, अंदर तो नहीं जा पा रहे हैं, पर राम मंदिर का दर्शन कल करेंगे?
जी,
कल करेंगे।
कल करेंगे।
तो नेपाल तो जानकी जी का, आप तो राम जी के ससुराल में आ गए हैं एक तरह। हाँ,
जय श्री राम।
जय श्री राम। तो दैट इज, यू नो, सी आनंद, पीपल here from Nepal, people here from Ujjain, people from Bihar, all over, and people enjoying this festive atmosphere in Ayodhya. You know, people maybe not be able to go over Pran Pratishtha, but that doesn't matter. People here to soak in this devotion, this vibe, I would say, of Lord Ram and the Rammay atmosphere in Ayodhya. We see more and more VIPs now coming on this road, going towards the Ram temple. We just saw a while back Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath also taking this route and going inside the Ram temple. The Prime Minister is expected in another half an hour here, and people are eagerly anticipating for the Pran Pratishtha ceremony. Anand.
Well, thank you for that. There are nice pictures coming in from inside, ladies and gentlemen. We'll try and show you some of them. Kangana Ranaut looking fantastic, and she's posing for cameras, and some pictures have come through. Dipshika ji is also inside. She's present there. There are a lot of plans which are being made. Everybody is going to be presented with a gamcha which says Shri Ram. It has the Ayodhya temple on it. There are pictures of how Ayodhya temple is looking. Can I show you these pictures? Can I just, let's just break the mold here a little and show our viewers if we can. And I'm going to go full screen on this. Have a look at these pictures, ladies and gentlemen. These are the kind of gamchas that are going to be given with the Ram temple on it for everybody. Is it visible? Yeah, and then I'm just going to, yeah, there you go. These are the kind of this. So everybody is going to be given a gamcha like this as they come in. This is Ram Mandir. This is how beautifully it's been decorated outside. These decorations have been going on for a long time. See, people are already there. Lots of people are already, lot of the invitees are already there. The Shramjivis are already there. Those people who have worked very hard, they are already there. So the Shramjivis are there. Yogi Adityanath is already inside. So this is the temple picture. This is how beautifully it's being done. Yogi Adityanath is already inside. His footage inside. So Yogi Adityanath, who has done a lot of groundwork. The red carpets have been set. There are galleries which are already marked for everybody. All the people have been allowed. They're all taking pictures as they are walking in. All the people who are inside, they will all be given special gamchas. This is the picture of Kangana Ranaut. And Yogi Adityanath already inside. Yogi Adityanath will also be speaking after Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Mohan Bhagwat. It will be a short speech, but he has actually let out his emotions on social media, ladies and gentlemen. If you go through his tweets, he's talking about the promise of Ram Rajya, but more importantly, he's saying that today comes to fruition a dream that my Dada Guru had. And he's taken a picture, a selfie with Sudarshan Patnaik's creation. He's shared pictures of the effort that's gone in to try and make Shri Ayodhya Dham, that's how he calls it, to make it ready for this big occasion. Yes, there is a lot of work that needs to be done. There is a lot of effort that needs to be taken to complete it, and they are racing against time to complete it because they have set themselves a target. They have all decided, I think it's been decided by December 2024, they want to complete the entire temple, the main temple, along with the all 4 or 5 other temples inside the main temple parisar, and then the entire temple foreground and the compound, that's the parisar, should be completed by December 2025. Nripendra Mishra ji has spoken to the News 18 network multiple times, and he has said that we are working on a war footing. Interestingly, the structure itself, ladies and gentlemen, is a marvel in itself, and allow me to share this information with you. That the brief to the people making this was that this structure should withstand the vagaries of nature, the challenges, physical and otherwise, any kinds, for at least 1,000 years. No architect, no structure ever gives you a guarantee of more than 100 years or 150 years. But this temple, this structure is built to stand tall and stand strong for at least 1,000 years. How and why has that happened is a marvel in itself, and we'll get you that detail also. But for the moment, these are the pictures coming from inside. We'll try and get clarity on what we're going to do next. But Siddhant has just sent us that Mohan Bhagwat, the RSS chief, has also entered. Mohan Bhagwat, the RSS chief, his convoy is approaching. He has also entered. So everybody is making their way in by 10 a.m. That was the instruction to everyone, that everybody has to make their way in by 10 a.m. Prime Minister Narendra Modi's helicopter will be landing by 10:25. Ashutosh Patil is joining us. Ashutosh Patil, Managing Editor, News 18 Lokmat. He is also there in the thick of all the action. Ashutosh, how is Ayodhya looking? कैसा लग रहा है कसवाट पे?
जय श्री राम, जय श्री राम। यहाँ वीआईपी बॉक्स में हम हैं इस वक्त मौजूद, और पूरा माहौल आप देख रहे हैं। राम मंदिर सजा हुआ है। थोड़ी देर में श्री राम लल्ला की प्राण प्रतिष्ठापना शुरू हो जाएगी। सभी मान्यवर महानुभाव यहाँ आमंत्रित जो भी है एक एक पधार रहे हैं। रामायण में सीता जी की किरदार जिन्होंने निभाई, दीपिका जी यहाँ है, कंगना रनौत यहाँ पे है, और यही सभी वीआईपी के समक्ष ये आज राम मंदिर का प्राण प्रतिष्ठापना समारोह हो जाएगा। थोड़ी देर में अभी कुछ ही देर पहले
कैसे इनका स्वागत हुआ? आशुतोष, आप तो अंदर हैं, आप तो वीआईपी ब्लॉक में। आशुतोष, आप बताइए कि कैसा माहौल है, कैसे स्वागत हुआ, आसपास कैसा दिख रहा है, राम मंदिर कैसा दिख रहा है?
जी, ये राम मंदिर का लाइव प्रक्षेपण आप देख सकते हैं मेरे साथ। ये माहौल है यहाँ का। हमें सभी को गंध टीका लगा के हमारा स्वागत किया गया। सभी जगह जगह पे सिक्योरिटी तैनात की गई है। काफी पुख्ता सुरक्षा व्यवस्था यहाँ पे है। 4-5 लेयर से हमें गुजरना पड़ा। पहले ये बताया गया था कि हमें यहाँ पे कैमराज, मोबाइल अलाउ नहीं करेंगे, बट कल रात को जो सूचना आई उसके बाद में हमें यहाँ पे कैमरा अलाउ किए गए, जिसके वजह से आज हम आपके साथ जुड़ रहे हैं। और यहाँ पे देश भर के सभी लोग आए हैं, सभी संत आए हैं, साधुगण आए हैं, और हर एक हर्षोल्लास से अपना ये त्योहार हम मना रहे हैं। भारतीय परंपरा से हमारा स्वागत किया जा रहा है। और यहाँ पे सभी अतिथियों के लिए हम ये बताना चाहेंगे कि पिछले 1 महीने से सभी अतिथियों के लिए एक विशेष व्यवस्था, उत्तर प्रदेश सरकार हो, योगी जी का ऑफिस हो, आरएसएस हो, सभी तरह से ये व्यवस्था पुख्ता रही गई है। हमारे रहने से, हमारे यहाँ आने जाने से लेके सभी व्यवस्था के लिए पर्सनल अरेंजमेंट्स की गई है। ये हम बताना चाहेंगे। इतने बड़े तौर पे जब वीआईपी को बुलाया जाता है तो ये बहुत जरूरी था कि व्यवस्था, सुरक्षा व्यवस्था।
आशुतोष, देखिए, आपको एक सौभाग्य मिला है जो न्यूज 18 के कई सारे रिपोर्टर्स, एंकर्स और सभी दर्शकों को नहीं मिला है, वो कि आप मंदिर के परिसर के अंदर हैं, आप प्रत्यक्ष वहां देखेंगे। आप मुझे बताइए कि मंदिर कितना सुंदर लग रहा है, क्या उसको सुंदर से सजाया गया है? थोड़ी सी उसकी व्याख्या कीजिए, उसकी पिक्चर्स हमें और दिखाइए, और आसपास कितने वीआईपीज आपको दिख रहे हैं? आप तो वीआईपी ब्लॉक में है, कौन कौन दिख रहा है? कह रहे हैं कि सचिन तेंदुलकर वहां है, अमिताभ बच्चन वहां है, विराट कोहली, महेंद्र सिंह धोनी वहां है, मोहन भागवत जी वहां पहुंच चुके हैं, योगी जी पहुंच चुके हैं। क्या आपको दिख रहे हैं ये सब? कितनी दूर हैं आप इन सब से?
बिल्कुल 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 योगी जी, अभी हमारे समक्ष उनकी सिक्योरिटी के वजह से उनका ब्लॉक डिफरेंट है। यहाँ पे वीआईपी ब्लॉक में यहाँ पे कुमार विश्वास है, कंगना रनौत है, दीपिका जी, मैंने जैसे कहा, हमारे सहयोगी अमीश जी भी यहीं पे है कुछ ही दूर पे। मनोज जोशी जी जो चाणक्य सीरियल में जिन्होंने बड़ी भूमिका निभाई थी, मनोज जोशी जी आज हमारे साथ हैं। और ये वीआईपी आप देख सकते हैं। कुमार विश्वास जी जिन्होंने धर्मराज की भूमिका निभाई थी, ये किरदार भी हमारे साथ हैं। हम आपको कंगना जी भी यहाँ विशेष आमंत्रित है। और ये सभी मान्यवर राम मंदिर का, श्री राम लल्ला का प्राण प्रतिष्ठापना समारोह में सम्मिलित होने आए हैं। ये मंदिर का एंट्रेंस है जहां से सभी को एंट्री की जा सकती है, और ये मेन गेट है और यहां से एंट्री होगी ये मंदिर की तरफ। ये पूरा मंदिर जो भव्य मंदिर बना है, ये है भव्य मंदिर, और यहीं पे राम लल्ला की प्राण प्रतिष्ठापना की जाएगी।
कैसा आपको अनुभव हो रहा है? आप हमें तस्वीरें दिखा रहे हैं, पिक्चर्स दिखा रहे हैं, आपके मन में कैसा लग रहा है? क्या सुंदर बना है राम मंदिर? क्या आप भी वेट कर रहे हैं कि प्रधानमंत्री आएंगे और प्राण प्रतिष्ठा होगी और आपको दर्शन करने का अवसर मिलेगा? आशुतोष
जी जी,
जिन लोगों से आपने बात की उनकी मनोव्यथा क्या है, कैसे है,
हमें सम्मान मिला है। हम न्यूज 18 लोकमत और नेटवर्क 18 के प्रतिनिधि के रूप में हम यहाँ सम्मिलित हुए हैं, और ये नेटवर्क 18 की वजह से हमें सौभाग्य मिला है। और ये पिछले 5 दशकों में सबसे बड़ा इवेंट जो होने जा रहा है, इस इवेंट में सम्मिलित होने का भाग्य है। अनुपम खेर जी अभी यहाँ पे पधारे हैं, विशेष आमंत्रित है। सभी राम भक्त यहाँ पे पधार रहे हैं, अपनी अपनी आस्था और श्रद्धालुओं का यहाँ स्वागत किया जा रहा है।
अभी थोड़ी देर में शंकर महादेवन जी, प्रसून जोशी जी सब वहां पहुंचेंगे। क्या सबको कुछ खास दिया गया है? आपको भी क्या गमछा दिया गया? आपके हाथ में भी क्या घंटी दी गई है आरती के वक्त बजाने के लिए?
नहीं, अभी थोड़ी देर के बाद इसका वितरण होगा।
जी। और जो सीटी अरेंजमेंट की गई है वो कैसे की गई? आशुतोष थोड़ा और विस्तार से बताएं। जी
जी जी जी जी। ये ए ब्लॉक है, यहाँ पे भी वीआईपीज है। अलग अलग गणेश प्रसाद भी अभी कुछ देर पहले जुड़ गए थे। अलग अलग क्षेत्र के जो है, ये गजेंद्र जी,